Captain, if you give us a log, please. Well, acting captain, I should say. Sorry.
Captain's log. Commander Sheathrolic, U.S.S. Achilles. Stardate 60242.2. We are on course back to Narendra Station. All of our regional duties have been discharged to other ships. We return to receive new orders, officially transfer command, and get medical assistance for injured officers. I must have faith that these things will proceed smoothly, and that I am indeed ready for command of the Achilles, even if it is only until Captain Penn makes his recovery. The runabout Statius is on assignment under the U.S.S. Wildfire in the continuing search for Commander Jaishu. I have every confidence in Lieutenant Cham and his team. They will find her and bring her home. End log.
Acting first officer, would you addend the current log, please?
Acting First Officer's Log, Lieutenant Commander Kavith Yagilian Tarailov, U.S.S. Achilles, Stardate 60242.2. We currently find ourselves under orders from Command to return to Narendra Station. Given the particular situation the Achilles has found itself in, with the attack upon Commander Penn, his short-term abduction, and far longer-term injuries that became evident after his recovery. Further, we are still missing a full-ranked commander whom was taken at the same time as the captain. While actions are in place to see to her recovery, and I do have confidence in the crew as has been dispatched, to make sure such possibility is a reality, I am troubled. The events that led to various prominent members of the crew being taken were already rather convenient. Everything lined up just right. Events played out as of planned and expected by everyone other than us. Normally, I would do my best to push such whispering voices of paranoid vigilance to the back of my mind and focus upon tasks at hand until a form of proof was to be found in a quiet manner, something to not permit my personal feelings and thoughts to spread amongst the general crew. Yet the whispers I have heard, the conversations of crewmen and officers, the very feelings aboard this ship say that this crew feels something. They are aware that events are not quite adding up to just a random chance. I cannot blame them. Someone had to know exactly what our route was, exactly where the captain's quarters were. There had to be some reason for Starfleet officers and crew to sabotage their own ship, to assault with lethal intent those who serve alongside them. If I were still serving in the Star Navy, I would expect and accept this as the way of things. Some convoluted plot by the Tel Shiar to find or eliminate traitors. Or both of these tasks at once. But I serve in Starfleet now. I thought this to be for the better. I will follow leads until this is done, or I am halted by the culprits themselves. End log.
Admiral's log. 10th Research and Development Auxiliary Fleet. Everything is going to change with this. And I don't know if this ploy of mine is really going to work. But if it's going to work, there's only one crew I know of that can help me with it. Two threat game. As we cut to a distant part of the Shackleton Expanse, with certain people aboard. I have to find it. There it is. Wait, I almost jumped you one step too far. Aha. To the shuttle Stadius. Except Ensign Morgan isn't there. Someone else is there. Who else is there?
Click.
I think we actually did talk about assigning Click.
I think we did put Click on there.
Yeah.
Click proved
'cause-
himself to be quite well on the last away mission, considering he didn't descend into petty bickering.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and at least Click isn't, a traitor as far as we know.
Right.
I'm
Click will
glad you
protect
added
the
that last
hive.
bit.
Protect the hive.
The hive is Section 31. Waha. No.
The Korra's mother, the Korra's father. Ooh, it is on 5. All I'm saying is, the
Ed comes full
Midnight
circle.
Captain wears that black uniform.
Is there a side symbol?
Yeah.
So, shuttlecraft Statius, you are approaching the target system on long-range sensors. What do you do?
Engage slim sensor silhouette.
I believe that doesn't cost you an action. It's just a thing you have to say you're doing. Or a task, sorry.
It is
I was
technically
gonna
a
say, I'm
task.
pretty sure it's a task.
It is a task. Control engineering difficulty 2. My bad. Sorry.
I only remember that because the one time the crew of the Archer class on the game I ran that had it rolled that check, they failed.
I've seen a
Alright,
lot of
engineering
low
difficulty
checks
2.
fail this week, so we'll see what
Oh
happens
yeah,
today.
no, you definitely did just yesterday. In fact.
Yeah, huh? Fuck.
Yep.
Click. I believe that's you.
Yep, I was just scanning and making sure I'd gotten in bold engineering, so it gets a reroll these days. Okay, so yeah, take 1 threat for third dice and bold, and I'm scanning for just sensors.
Oh, you're some sensor silhouette.
You're making the ship less easy to see.
Oh, okay, very good. Don't
Turning
think
it
any of my
on.
focuses apply then. So,
You're basically putting. You are making the ship run silent.
ooh, and deep, run silent, run deep. Is my dream coming true?
Bless.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'll reroll the whiff. No, gain 1.
Gain momentum as the lights dim throughout the shuttle. Various power systems and auxiliary systems power down.
We fly silent.
Okay, we are ready to continue.
The distant star glows brightly, even as far away as you are. This little pinprick of light amidst the raging storm of the eternal Shackleton expanse.
How close do we wish to enter the system?
Are you still Lieutenant Cham, Thralic?
And with that attitude.
Has Thralic died?
Somebody
Thralic was
can pick-
muted.
And somebody can pick up Akir since I've switched to Click.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
pick up a cure then, because I think Pens just went for
I'll take Rymek because
Sounds good. Yeah, move us
'Cause I'm usually
closer
the
to the system, Ensign Silac. Let's get in a low-powered scan and move in further and repeat. We don't want to trip anything off with a scan that would show up on sensors.
Understood, Lieutenant.
So how close are you arriving like at the extreme range? Let me give you an idea. Let's see. Close, medium, long. Extreme usually puts you at the most outer edge of the system's orbital ring. You can be one extreme +1 from the core stars. You'll essentially be medium range to the outer ring of the system.
I think we probably drop out at extreme +1, do our initial scan to see if it's safe to proceed further in, and then do so.
Give me reason plus science. Difficulty normally would be 1 because you're looking at one range band. Because you're just looking at the outer ring itself. You're not, or are you scanning the entire system?
I think
outer
we'll-
range band, I think, because
Yeah.
scanning the entire system would cause too much of a power signature.
Difficulty normally would be 1. I'm going to up it to 2, just on the basis that you're trying very, very hard not to be seen. Assisted by sensor signs, of course.
Rymek.
Yes.
Again, you
That would
must.
be you, I believe.
Yes. What am I doing? I'm sorry. I
Sensor
entirely.
science difficulty 2 for scanning the outer ring or outer range band of the system.
Are
I
you well, friendly Rhymek?
apologize.
Are you well? You look pale.
I'm fine.
Head tilting from side to side, light reflecting off of his multifaceted.
Momentum. I am going to. Oh wait, no. I'm actually not going to spend that momentum. I'm gonna give the game master a threat.
Thank you very much.
We do also have high resolution sensors, so we have 1 bonus momentum if it's successful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sensor science.
Yep.
Got that.
I spent the
then-
whole because I have to.
Haha.
Fun. And then
Oh wait,
GM,
that's a
I'd like...
comp of 18, so that's not a comp.
Okay,
Why
no.
is the comp range? What?
I think it's because it was suffering from a bunch of stuff last week.
The comp range on the sheet is 1, but it comped on an 18, so I'm like, huh.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Then
New
Yeah.
sheets, who
that's
knows?
Don't worry
and
about it. It's
GM,
not a
I would
complication.
like to lend my assistance with methodical planning.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Right. I'll do a observation or team dynamics focus here.
Go for it.
And yeah, there we go.
Do you want the ship to potentially reroll with that?
I can't make the ship reroll.
No, that's because you're assisting. Or you can't.
Yeah, I
because
can
I
only
don't know how
make
your
the
ability
main
works.
roller.
Gotcha.
The main roller
Okay.
is the one who can reroll.
Okay. There we go. Good to know.
So what's the difficulty? 2?
Yup.
You generate 3.
With 1 bonus momentum.
Yep.
Okay. It is. We're picking up a Class 2 asteroid field, and it would appear that we're getting sensor pingbacks from sensor arrays scattered among the asteroids. There are sensor arrays out there. With the bonus momentum that I can use to ask a free question, do the sensors appear to have noticed us?
Oh my god. Those are both. It's 2 19s and a 1.
Yeah.
Appears that they haven't yet spotted us. And then maybe spend 1 momentum to ask if the design of them correlates to any known construction techniques of any known races. They don't appear to have noticed us, but based on these readings, it's likely that they belong to the coalition of Scarlet Hunters. I recommend proceeding with caution.
Right. Can you get me range bands on those sensor stations? Is there any way we can thread the needle between them?
Yes? Question, GM. Okay, that'll be an engine. Wait, NG-Con?
Engineering.
Oh, Control Con Diff 3 plus Engines Con. Okay, it's there, but it's a narrow. Okay, it is possible. I will be right back.
Right. Forward information to Kun and Sensilak. You have your task. Get in there.
Understood.
Take your time.
So was it control or daring?
Pure control.
Pure control, okay. Good. Small craft focus. I'm going to spend a momentum. And reroll.
We'll ask to assist again with methodical planning.
Yep, yep.
And it's assisted by what from the engines?
Engines
con, I
con.
believe. Yep.
Con. And you have an additional reroll there because of my advisor. Great.
Okay, I'll fish again.
And the ship did hit it.
So that's 5 hits on what, diff 2 or diff 3?
3. Right.
3, yep. And you're just maneuver thrusting forward, you're just moving one zone. You're not impulsing forward through it.
Yeah, we're trying to stay quiet.
You begin lancing your way through gently through the field, avoiding seeing on your console the little waves of sensors that would reach out and see you, but you're just finding that tiny little space and skirting through and then keep going. You get the feeling that this is not something a larger ship would be able to do. This is meant to allow small ship. Actually, you almost get a sense that this is purpose built. It's almost like it's meant to allow scale 2, scale 1 vessels to be able to filter through it.
Okay.
Like a smuggler's route.
Something like that.
2 binary stars gleam brightly ahead of you.
Right.
Click would like to roll to create the advantage that he's got an electronic warfare package ready to go if we need it. So, like, if somebody active censors us and we need to run or whatever to blind their sensors.
The most you could do. You could do something like that. Call it control engineering, difficulty of 2, assessed by engines engineering.
Okay. Take a threat for a 3rd die. I'm not
Certainly.
activating. I've just got it prepped
Right.
and ready to go. Yeah. Fish. Ew.
Well, you have one pre-programmed into the computer. A way to dazzle whoever happens. If someone does see you, you can kind of give them a quick dazzle, razzle, and then.
Right.
It's not a permanent solution, but it might buy you a little bit of time.
Right. Electronic warfare
You've got the
package
pocket
prepared.
sound.
Yeah.
Shisha.
Yeah.
Smoke bomb ninja.
Alright, let's proceed slowly. Ensign Rymac, continue on passive scans. I want to see if there's another layer of defenses.
Hang on, I'm muted. I am muted. I heard you that time.
Glad to
Reason
hear it.
science, difficulty 2, assisted by sensor science.
Okay. This time I'm gonna spend a momentum.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm going to assist you again here with methodical planning, which will give you a reroll from my advisor.
Oh, that was one off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's 3 hits then.
And
one
One bonus momentum.
and a bonus momentum.
Not detecting any contacts.
All right. Hans and Selak, take us further in.
Understood.
closer toward the suns ahead of you, or are you going to be looking for something that might be orbiting them?
Probably be looking for things that orbit them. You know,
Yeah.
we know we have a few days before the wildfire arrives, so we're here to do a slow sweep of the system, basically.
And I don't think flying into the sun helps us.
I mean,
Probably not. Probably not.
Look, we're not-
No roll here. You just simply move a little closer because there's nothing in the way for you to run into.
this isn't
Yep.
the shuttlecraft Icarus.
Uh-huh. So I think basically we move passive scan, move passive scan, move passive scan.
You do see as you get to your current position that you are, as you're kind of letting the craft drift into like one, trying to catch orbit and sort of find a natural rhythm for whatever other planet's here. And you actually see off in the distance a tiny blue blip, some sort of planetoid.
Looks like contact out there.
Well, I can continue to move us in that generalized direction, Lieutenant.
Go for it.
And I shall continue to maneuver the vessel in that direction, continuing the small bursts of movements and scans.
And once you get to a certain point, you get new contacts. I will let you roll. I'm not going to make you roll for the other 2 sectors you move through because there's nothing there. There's nothing to see. But this last one, you might want extra questions. So reason science, difficulty 2, assisted by sensor science.
Okay. What's is there a diff to this?
Difficulty 2 all day.
Okie dokie. Spending 1 momentum.
And I will assist with methodical planning. Ship. Grab the ship.
oh yes. My stuff was being weird on me.
So that's 5 hits and a bonus. Against diff 2.
I'm picking up a Class 3 civil freighter. The energy signatures are consistent with Coalition technologies. It has acquired us on sensors and is coming about. Additionally, we are detecting a Class M planetoid. Or planet. Oh, sorry, scale 3.
Elcar's had
Sorry.
a typo.
Alright. Let's see if we can shake them.
Yes, I'm also detecting a scale M planet.
Ready with ECW burst.
We'll only use it if we have to. Hopefully they don't know exactly what we are yet.
You can flee away from them, but you'd have to flee into the asteroid field you're nearby, because you're kind of in open space right now.
Oh yeah, asteroid field is great cover.
Yeah, we've done this thing before. This game of cat and mouse.
Yeah.
Again, last time you had someone to save you.
Darren Khan opposed by their reason science because they're trying to reacquire you. Because you immediately, like the minute they see you, you're like, nope, and you start jutting away. It's like, we might lose them because it's difficulty 1 to even see you. So we don't. If you beat us, we lose if we lose line of sight, we lose you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Darren Khan.
Yeah, small craft as a focus.
Roger. Yep.
I'm gonna spend 3 momentum.
You would.
Hey, I usually spend threat.
He's got a point.
I usually spend copious amounts of threat. And fish.
Oh.
And I will assist with methodical planning.
Methodical planning is just like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love this talent.
You just gotta remember to do plans. Like that's why briefing rooms
Yeah.
are so important. If you don't have them, then it's like you didn't plan. You just told them to go.
Mm-hmm.
It's in one of these books. I know
Is
it
that
is.
7 hits?
Oh, I'm just rolling to see how much momentum you get at this point because they're not trying that hard to see you. They're just afraid.
They just want to make sure we're not pirates or something, really.
Mm-hmm. So. Wait, sorry. Oh. And. No, 2 hits. They did all right. They might have seen you if you didn't do anything. So you rolled 7, so you gain 5.
Correct.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to spend that float and 1 more to not go as far into the asteroids before we can come back out and come back out?
You won't have to spend for that. You can, because one of the areas you can jet away to keeps you at the same range band to the planet, and where the planet's area is, but you still get the cover of the asteroids.
Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, spend 2. That way you don't have to do a roll to come back out again. I see what you're saying. Yeah, never mind. Yep, 2. That way you don't have to do an asteroid navigation roll. You could just poke your head in and poke back out in the same move.
Yeah, essentially hit them with a little bit of misdirection.
Oh no, we ran away. Nah, just kidding.
Right. Let's get
The
eyes
Parthian
on that
shuttle.
planet when we can.
Reason science, difficulty 2, assisted by sensor science. Don't know why I made this
Difficulty
a thing.
2 per days. Spending a momentum for a 3rd die.
I keep rolling 13s.
I keep rolling 3s.
Okay, that's 2 momentum.
Like a 13 is still not bad, but
Like,
Yeah.
Not quite there.
we're
Right.
taking a very few amount of people with us. Can I take Cham with us?
Okay, I see.
Chad came from the Kismet.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Also, Cham isn't doing this. This is Thralic.
Sir, According to astrometric readings collated with sensor outputs, this would appear to be the colony that we were originally going to before the Achilles was attacked.
And that ends the scene.
Oh, 1 second.
So they attacked us to steal from us and kidnap from us, knowing that we were already coming here?
I don't get it.
Well, no, we now know that the pirate ships were returning to the place they came from. That their course was back to here. We still don't know who hired them or anything else. We just know this is like, yeah, it's not just a random star system or anything. And sick bay.
Counselor.
Do you mean me or Winchester?
That is worth clarifying. The chief medical officer.
Bye.
They're spelled differently, okay?
I mean, I can try to do
His
medicine.
I think that's a crime. Practicing
know.
medicine without a license.
I mean, she can amend the law. It's fine.
And that's how the tyranny of the Federation began.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. What do you need from me?
Well, you find yourself in the med bay, one of many med bays on the medical deck of Narendra Station, meeting with, you've been called down by Dr. Everson. She's a human doctor who works at the hospital and has been attending to Pens since the Achilles brought him in.
Mhm.
And she's calling you in because you're his CMO. You're his attending.
Okay. In that case, I will ping the door.
Greetings, counselor. And she stands out of her chair. Please come in.
Hi.
She reaches out to shake your hand.
I will shake her hand and say, peace be upon you. Let's begin.
Yes. And she goes to sit down, and you notice that she presses a contact, and a little chair kind of slides out from under the table towards you.
Now, we don't have anything quite that fancy on the Achilles, and she'll sit down, but I appreciate it anyway.
Oh, it's the new ergonomic med bay plan. Everything has to be tucked away now. Except for my chair. I refuse to get one of those things on my side. So I apologize for not getting you a proper chair.
Have you gotten any injuries yet? The chair shooting out, hitting someone, the chair not shooting out, and someone trying to sit on a chair that isn't there.
Only when I have cadets playing pranks on each other to dodge the chair, and she makes air quotes, then they adjust the safety measures so it kind of fires out. It doesn't actually fire all that hard. It's not how it isn't equipped with the right things. I'm not an engineer. But it can give a pretty bad bruise if you're dumb enough to stand in front of it and yell jump, jump, jump repeatedly. But,
She shakes her head and says a Bajorn saying about the idiocy of youth.
So I do have good news for you, counselor.
You love to hear it.
Dr. Efrix was able to very quickly identify the toxin. Apparently, it's something she's dealt with. Conversation we had, but we're able to flush it out. He just needs a little bit of bed rest. He can be out by as early as tonight, though we would prefer he stay here until morning.
Well, that's great news. You know, prophets know I've tried to get Penn to stay overnight in the medical bay, and it hasn't worked out. So, the sooner he can leave, the happier I think we'll all be.
Well, she grabs a pad, taps at it, and holds it out to you. There's the updated results and his chart. She taps at her console a bit, and a replica of it in case you run into it again. Because Dr. Evers told me I said to her that, with all due respect to her, how often could the Achilles possibly run into the same toxin that's tailor made to hurt people on certain planets, especially very tough Tellarites with incredible immune systems and pain inhibitors. But she said Penn would find a way to do it somehow. So there's the dose there. Also, we were able to treat Lieutenant Asala Shishishrir. She's in the other room. So she gestures to where they are. And here's her chart. And here's the designer drug for that.
Thank you. And she'll copy all that information onto her pad and, sends that information to her database on the Achilles. Thank you for all of that. I quite appreciate your help. I would say I'm a little bit embarrassed about needing station help, but then again, I'm marveled by the amount of resources you have here. And maybe the Achilles would be able to do this better if we had the chairs that give you bruises.
Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. The advanced medical facilities here do really help, but Dr. Efrix can. You ever hear the old engineering phrase, rocks into replicators? Rocks into vaccines, that doctor, I swear. She's run into every disease that we ever encounter somehow. Don't know how she ran into so many, but there's a reason she's the director of the medical facilities and I'm not, so I'm not going to complain. I just don't want you to give us too much credit. This is a nice hospital, but the living institution that we have aboard kind of makes things a little easier on us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're your patients.
I will.
Do you want me to inform them, or do you wish to brief them?
Yeah, no, I will take the pads and walk towards the door and say thank you for everything, and I will go see Penn.
And the minute you step out, someone else steps in after you to talk with the doctor about something or another that's happening on the station.
Oh yeah, I complained about never getting a moment's rest. I have it easy compared to station doctors.
I stubbed my toe. I have so many other things to do today. Really? You're bothering me with this?
Man, I'm glad that I'm never gonna have to deal with the station medical facilities.
Yeah, isn't it so nice to be on a ship with only a couple hundred people instead of a couple thousand people? I mean, God, if one of the cadets, ran over their own foot by playing the chair game, why, I just yell at them and tell them to do it themselves. But no, I will go see Penn.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is called foreshadowing.
So yeah, the two of you encounter each other, ready for the final showdown. I mean, to say hi to each other.
Captain, I'm told you can be dismissed as soon as this evening. How do you feel?
I still feel a little rough around the edges, but I shouldn't say I'm getting used to it, but unfortunately I'm getting used to it.
Well, go ahead.
So, I assume if I'm being discharged by this evening, there's no lingering effects, correct?
GM, I don't believe so.
Reason medicine difficulty 1, and the station might help you. Probably will, because it's the station.
Yeah.
It crits if you if you get it.
Okay, you said reason medicine. I'm not gonna have a focus. I'll give you a threat though.
Sure.
There we go.
Oh, I forgot. I actually have a sheet here. I almost never use it though.
You have a what?
I actually have the neurogestation sheet in my database. I just missed
Oh,
it. I forgot I had it. But yeah, no. Yeah, you check over. According to the chart, it seems like it was a weird neurotoxin that was just kind of on the planet that really didn't matter. That was very tamped down because of the thin atmosphere. But the minute it got oxygen enriched by going on to into the ship, it bloomed. It's gasoline to a fire, and it just dropped his narrow system immediately. But apparently, FRX has run into this from some other ship. There's like 3 ships she lists in there, and it's like, it's fine. Now that they have the antifungal going through his system, he'll be tasting yellow for a little while, but that will go away with food and water, and by a week he won't notice it anymore.
yeah.
He's
Much
off the
like
medication, and then it's back.
yeah. You'll be on the medication for a little while to ensure uh, the virus is fully treated, but I expect no lingering complications from this. Apparently, Dr. Efrix has dealt with this virus multiple times beforehand. I don't know the full story there, but off of her expertise, this does not lead to any long-term side effects.
Well, that's good news. Do we happen to have more information on the people who kidnapped me or the people who attacked Asala?
That would not be something within my wheelhouse, Captain. I have been fully concerned with the virus up until now.
What about the poison they used on her?
On which person, sorry?
Asala. Shishishre.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That was an out of character forget. Shishir is in the other room. Yeah, so long as you are strong enough to stand, we can go see her. She has also been treated.
No, I don't need to see her at the moment. I'm essentially gonna try and collect as much information as I can from as many people. While I'd like to spend time here and rest and recover, I don't appreciate people constantly trying to attack me and the crew. So it's time for a little counter-offensive.
I would agree, sir. When when the Cardassians fought back, that was a cue to ramp things up, not to surrender. I'm right. I'm right with you.
So I'm gonna requisition a room on the station. Could you collect as much medical evidence as you can from what's happened the last while and send it to me on a pad?
Absolutely, sir. And she'll begin taking all of that information that isn't, patient confidential information and send it over to his account.
Yeah. And essentially, I'm gonna discharge myself and start getting information from all the different crew members and. Is there anything you'd like to learn, Aza, from that role?
Oh, I'd float.
Yeah.
No, just an index of Penn's general health about to make sure that he is make sure that I don't have to worry about anything else or that he doesn't have any other issues that might crop up soon.
Okay, that won't cost you anything. That'll come part and parcel of the pad.
Okay. In that case, I don't think so. The virus has been fully treated with, so.
Perfect. I appreciate your fine work and keeping me alive until I could get here. I know I'm a difficult patient, but I don't do it on purpose. I hope you know that.
Believe me, Captain, you are not the most difficult patient to work with. You fought to stay alive, and that's all I can ask of a patient. I'm both impressed and proud of all the work you've put into this.
Well, let's hope I can continue to make you and others proud, because I intend to find out who's behind this and, well, have some fun, shall we say.
Yeah, Asa smiles at you at that.
But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna requisition a room on the station and ask for every piece of information we've garnered about this attempt and what's happening, and I'm gonna figure out who I'm going after.
So you grab a pad, you start arranging things and stuff like that. You're kind of just doing it from your bed.
Yeah, so as soon as everything's sorted, I'll head up to like a, I wouldn't say a conference room, just a normal office.
You actually get a message almost right away when you start pulling up information.
Huh, surprising. It's as if I may know people within who are connected to timey-wimey bullshit.
There you go.
Well, it seems like I'm going to be having a conversation with a certain someone. Of which I will immediately discharge myself and go visit a certain someone.
So Penn starts hopping off and getting on his way. Well, Asa, what are you up to now that Penn looks nice and fired up?
I'll go and make sure Shashrir is feeling up to snuff, and after that, um, don't know what needs to be done, but if everything's okay with the Achilles, then I'd probably take the time to myself to relax for once.
Give me reason medicine difficulty of 1 as you check over Shishir's charts and kind of look in on her.
Yep.
And the station will try to help you because, of course, it will. You're an authorized medical personnel in the hospital, so it's like, yeah, sure, it'll tell you what it can.
Reason med, take a threat,
Certainly.
spending that threat.
Really, really, Ship? Oh wait,
oh
no,
my
that's
god.
what? That's no complication. It doesn't get comp on a 19. I don't know what it's talking about.
All right, well, I gotta flow that. I shouldn't have spent that threat. I didn't have to, but I did, and oh well.
You notice Shishir seems to be fine. But she definitely needs the full. She can't leave. She really shouldn't leave. She can technically, but she really shouldn't leave until the morning. Because even when you look in on her, check her biobed, she looks almost anar in her paleness, like she's almost like a whitish blue. Like she's not dying, but her body got racked pretty hard. So and you can see that the bed's kind of. You can see there's like little things in her arm that are trying to help cycle her. They're basically cycling out her blood with her blue blood with fresh new blue blood to kind of help replace everything. And you can even see her antennae kind of warbling a little bit. Like you can tell that she's conscious, but she's kind of even in sleep she seems dazed.
Um, Is there anything I can do to help her feel better while this is going on?
You could perform control medicine, difficulty of 1, assisted by
Mhm.
the station, to kind of give her, like, come up with some pharmaceuticals to kind of jab her with to kind of help with the nausea she's essentially feeling. The nausea and
Sure.
disorientation.
Sure. Um, yeah, yeah, I'll help whip up a cocktail to keep the nausea down because, well, if the patient starts vomiting, she's not going to be feeling better. You said diff 2?
Diff 1.
I had a float on the last roll. Could I have spent that on that and 1 out of advantage that like I know exactly how to treat this to lower that to diff 0?
You could, yep.
All right. Then take a threat. So that's 1, 2, 4, 5. So that's 4 float. Can I spend that on 2 advantages to cut her recovery time down a bit, get her back on her feet sooner?
You could wake her now if you wanted, based on how much you gave her, how good the
Really?
treatment was.
In that case, I will bring her to consciousness.
Counselor? Where am I?
Lieutenant, it's good to hear your voice again. You've been out for quite a few star dates. You were attacked in a hallway on the Achilles and afflicted with a poison that left you unconscious for quite a while we tried to treat you. You are currently aboard Narendra Station after having received treatment. Do not worry, you will make a full recovery.
Oh no. Did they get who attacked me? Her
Jim?
antenna perk up and she kind of looks at you, kind of a lot more awake. She seems surprised how awake she's feeling. Like, whoa, I was expecting to be groggy. For some reason, I feel awake.
Jim, did they?
There's someone suspected of it that's in holding, but you don't know for sure if that's who it is.
There is a suspect in holding cells that's believed to be who it was. If you saw them, would you be able to confirm that?
Yeah, he's an Endorian.
Is the suspect in holding an Endorian?
You have a few suspects at the moment. I think the one you suspect.
One of them is.
The one you suspect of the stabbing is a bullion.
No.
Well, sorry, that security does.
No.
No, you don't have Ness still in holding.
Who's Nestel?
Lieutenant Zado Ness.
No, that was
Who
the
had blood
doctor.
on her.
Oh, she's being investigated, but as we believe that Thasharan or it's his Yushan Tor that was apparently used, and he was seen in the
So
area. So
you
they're
do
both
suspect him
in.
for that.
Yeah, they're both
Say-
in that. There's something we're not sure if Zydor is being framed in some manner because she came in with memory loss as well as blood.
So
Okay.
you page through the pad and see and have to read a little bit in the security log. It's like, oh, okay, that's you see there was that change, and then okay, and it is actually a bullion and an Endorian.
Yes, then I will bring up both persons of interest and say, would it be either of these 2 people?
She points right at Ross. It was him. He attacked me in the hallway.
Okay.
Uses damn Ocean Tour of all things.
Is that the one that's being held in holding right now?
Yep.
Okay. Assuming you can testify that under oath in a court of law, then he will spend a long time in New Zealand.
That's not a punishment at all.
Yes, it is. That's where the penal colony is.
That's very
The only one, apparently.
Well, okay.
Well, think of it from Dorian's point of view. Sunny New Zealand. Where's all the snow and the glaciers? We have those sometimes.
I mean,
We
in
do.
Aza's
That's
Right,
how-
Queen
defense,
Elizabeth's still on the money.
like in Aza's defense, New Zealand is essentially a penal colony right now. So
Okay, there's
Well-
a penal colony in New Zealand. I do not believe the entire set of islands of New Zealand are all a penal colony.
That's how few criminals the Federation has, right? So
I just, if I recall correctly, New Zealand's like one of the low punishment, like
Yeah.
yeah, that's
the
like one of the
white-collar
easiest prisons you can get into.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
he'll get
To
punished lightly.
to avoid a canon debate, I will say, well, then they will go away for a long time.
it's weird though. When he stabbed me, he said he was sorry. I mean, what a weird thing to say to someone you're attacking in a hallway.
He's pot Canadian.
God. A sudden outburst of guilt, conflicted motivations. We've had quite the problem with saboteurs recently. They could have been blackmailed into doing all of it.
Saboteurs, as in we've been sabotaged.
Multiple times. This is part of why we had to return to Narendra Station and why it was so difficult treating you.
Oh. Scene ends with her looking very concerned. As
Yes.
for her, this is all news. This is all like, what's happening to my ship?
In that
What's
case,
going
yes.
on?
I will press button that shoots out the chair and sit on the chair and begin explaining to her giving her the exposition on what happened.
Bang your knee. She said it didn't go that fast. But new scene as we cut to elsewhere on Narendra Station. Has more people than this. 1 second. It's a ghost ship. Who is in one of the many lounges aboard the station? Who is waiting out their time as the Achilles sits there and waits for you?
Well, definitely not me.
Yeah,
I think
I
I'm
definitely,
probably very busy.
unless I'm being told cease your things, I am definitely out and about.
Okay, well, you would have all been reminded by the counselor that taking regular breaks stress will lead to a more productive overall period of
Blah
activity.
blah 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 blah. The nerd is
Um,
checking on the crystalline entity. That's what he's doing. He's hanging out with the crystal.
Okay.
My God, do none of you people eat lunch?
You can eat lunch with a crystal.
Does
Okay.
he just
Lunch?
No, I have breakfast, second breakfast, first dinner, and second dinner. I don't know what this lunch is.
My God,
That's
the
just-
U.S.S. the Hobbit over here.
I eat light meals 5 times a day.
The U.S.S. Shire.
Well, here's the thing. Andorians have a higher metabolism than humans. So I don't know if they would eat 3 meals a day.
Huh.
Well, Venom and Celia, you've been voluntold.
I have a
Uh-oh.
client to deal with, right?
He's by God gonna have this scene, people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
right.
if Soleia's busy,
Yeah.
then fucking pull in Rylov, I guess, because he will at some point need to eat.
Hi,
Yes.
Ben.
If she's feeling up to it, if she recovers fast enough, I would be happy to take her to lunch and talk to her there.
There you
More
go.
in the blast radius. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. Where is she? There she is.
There's no better way to treat an illness than to get some good warm food in your belly. Crewman, scoot.
It's rude as
Oh,
hell.
sure.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ven's just eating a he's eating a salad that is like basically the props team took lettuce and then like soaked it in purple food dye for like, you know, an hour. So that it's like bright purple and looks alien.
And people are like, well, there are purple vegetables on Earth, you know. And then the prophet's like, yeah, well, we didn't have them.
Rello's got the equivalent of what people keep calling burnt toast. That is not, but that's apparently what it translates to.
It's Canadian food, don't you know? Nah.
It's a Romulan food. It's more accurately melted bread, huh?
How do you melt bread?
High enough heat. Everything melts if you give it enough heat.
Yeah, it's
I don't think bread really has a liquid stage, so melt I don't think is the right word.
Everything has a
That
liquid
is-
stage. It's just an application of pressure or heat.
bread's
Dough?
crust
A
melts and
liquid stage of
crystallizes
bread?
around the interior.
I take that
So,
back. I
like,
guess dough is kind of is like a half liquid stage to bread.
Wait, Romulans have crystal bread?
melts and crystallizes. Like, I'm guessing there's other stuff in the bread than just fucking wheat. You're getting
yeah,
too hung
yeah.
up on this.
Look, fantasy and sci-fi food is fun.
Look, that's some good quattro triticale.
It also just describes as there's something in the insert's name of bread that I'm not going to try and to pronounce that makes it do this.
Triticale multi-wheat bread.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, Rylov's eating and he's probably looking at his pad, then he picks it up slightly, just enough so that Ben can't see it. Like just I don't know, or just slightly lifts it up. I'm sure there's a symbol that flashed on it for a moment that Ben could have probably seen.
Yeah, you see the Starfleet security logo.
So not entirely odd, especially not considering it's Rylov. And you are an empath, but he's also got a guarded mind, so
I mean, if you two want to have a roll off to see if you feel
I was going to say vague frustration. Like everything's just incredibly vague in terms of what he feels. Would that sound about right?
It feels correct, yeah.
Yeah. Especially given Ven knows Rylov and has worked alongside him for a long time, so
I was about to transfer to him. Anyway.
yeah, so yeah, vague irritation. And actually probably anger. Yeah, no, that is irritation / pissed off.
You're also getting a sense of a Shishisphere behind you of confusion and annoyance, and also hunger that is very quickly being abated as she wolfs down food in front of her.
It's sensitive.
Are
Who's
you
this from?
Hmm?
This hasn't got a who from message. It just is from Starfleet Security in general. I don't- Mm.
So, you're saying that there was like 3 or 4, except there may be others, and one of them was on a shuttle. Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of this, counselor. It seems very convoluted and badly written. I mean, confusing. That's what I mean.
Well, it was certainly an epoch, and sorry, an epic. It was certainly an adventure, but the might of security was enough to win out the day. We almost tracked them as they escaped, but one of the shuttles was too busy arguing with each other to be able to follow.
Oh, I bet Penn's thrilled with this.
Penn's actually has been out of commission for quite a while.
Is he okay?
Penn is fine now. He was
Oh,
kidnapped and poisoned by aliens from a low oxygen environment who are also very small. We managed to recover him, although his partner, Commander Jaishu, has not yet been found. Commander Thralic has been attempting to work on finding her since. He initially had a quite poor prognosis of recovery. However, he has returned to he's returned to a condition nearly as good as where he was before. I would take you to him, but he woke up a short while ago and is very busy working right now.
Probably about to knock off someone's head. Metaphorically speaking, obviously.
Yes, of course, metaphorically speaking. He could cause, he could explode at the slightest provocation in a very very non-literal sense.
Well, he could do the literal sense if he thought hard enough.
What?
Well, psychic things are about thinking really hard, right? So if he thinks hard enough, he can blow up things. That's how that works, right?
Asa like takes a bite of her food, and like pauses for a second, and then says, "Okay, well, psychic." And she kind of waves with her hands. Mumbo jumbo is not my speciality. However, I do not believe the commander can cause explosions with his brain.
Yet.
Yeah, of course. The science is, this is an ongoing science.
And Rylo's lowering the pad, and he's gonna look at Ven and just this is this something I can say anything about, actually, with this
The fuck?
clearance on it?
You could say what you've been told. That he'd probably get the same alert.
Okay. Yeah.
The fuck?
So, Ensign,
Yes.
I've just been ordered to stop my investigation.
What? You have.
I'm curious as to what you think about that.
That seems irregular.
Bah! And the Klingon laughs out loud, and everyone kind of at his table kind of backs off, and he seems to be raking in what seem to be small plastic chips. And the other patrons seem very annoyed with him.
It looks like someone just had a good run of luck.
Someone has to. Have you received any orders?
Not yet, I haven't.
And I've got one other question for you, actually. As a curiosity, What information do you believe I am seeking at the moment that I would be ordered to stop? Because it is rather vague.
I mean, I assume it has to do with the saboteurs.
Well, I suppose it's a good thing that there are other investigations I can continue to follow up on then.
What, did it just ask you to drop all current investigation?
No, it was rather vague in the information you were seeking is classified. Which suggests someone already knows something.
That's strange.
Or is that a incorrect way to think about it?
Ven immediately just stands up.
Sure looks over because he notices Ven's getting up. Yeah, looks back away from him.
Just watching them like, oh no. You know, that's not the Admiral's name on the paper.
Yeah, you walk up to Commander Trailblazer. Commander,
Commander
wrong
Jesus.
time period. He gets
That's
demoted
pretty
every once in a
Very
while.
heavily demoted.
Admiral Trailblazer is standing looking out the window, sipping away at some sort of tea, blue tea with some sort of spice on it.
Admiral?
Ensign,
What are you doing here?
he lifts his cup, having tea and enjoying the stars, and
I mean,
pondering things about my mission.
I see. Sorry, just I haven't seen you since, well, you know, everything that happened or didn't happen. Look, it's all really confusing, and I don't know, maybe I was expecting a little bit more than sitting here and sipping tea.
Don't worry, I'm also standing. But as for your matter, I imagine you've been dreaming of a gate recently. One of resin covered in stars and visions of a tunnel through space, that sort of thing.
You've seen it too?
I know what it is. I know what it is. But it has been stabilized for now. He sets his cup down.
What is it? Or is that classified too?
Almost everything I do is classified, Ensign. It's what the Research and Development Auxiliary Fleet's all about. Well, it's supposed to be developing and researching things, but
I was going to say, I don't know, that doesn't really sound like that should be in the description of it. Classified. That's
really shit.
well, it's the 10th Expeditionary Fleet. Nothing is normal with the 10th Expeditionary.
So look, I know that it's probably all classified to high heaven, but I mean, I've been seeing this thing. You know, not to speak out of line, but I'd hope that would at least garner me being read in at least a little bit.
Presence Command Difficulty 2.
Yep. I'm gonna spend 3 momentum. Dice. Oh, yeah. Hang on.
That
Hold
is
your
absolutely brilliant.
hold your horses. I have stuff. I have
the
a
most
few.
decorated ensign in Starfleet.
Well, no, that's not the first thing I'm thinking of. I should have mentioned earlier. I do have a favor from Admiral Trailblazer.
You can spend it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend that now.
Without taking you into my fleet, the most I can really tell you, Ensign, is that the responsible parties have been frustrated in their attempt to undo what we did. Or rather, take advantage of what we did. The gate is collapsed, the tunnel is closed, and the Beta Quadrant is safe once again.
All right. Okay, that's good. I guess then what I just need to ask is there anything I should do if I start seeing it again? To be proactive.
You either have a chat with your doctor about a psilocybin suppressant, a mild one, because you don't want to hinder your natural abilities, but you can muffle it in such a way that it doesn't bother you anymore.
Right.
Or you embrace the beast and see what lurks back at you.
Oh no, that's not quite what I mean. I mean, is there anyone I need to inform in your chain of command?
You answer to your chain of command, Ensign, and trust that Starfleet will look out for you. We have, as decorated as you are and as good grades as you got, many of us have seen and dealt with far stranger than what you're going through. That's not to belittle you, that's to comfort you in the fact that no matter what it is, no matter what you're facing, you're not alone here. Everyone in this uniform is sworn to help you. So don't worry about coming to me or having to do that. And if you run into some sort of classification wall or someone trying to give you bureaucratic tape about medical treatment, he kind of shakes his head like, what kind of idiot would do that? But if they do, addend me to the message, and I'll have a nice conversation about the oaths of the uniform with our fellow officer.
That's actually reassuring.
I'd like to think so.
Okay.
Can I finish my tea now, Ensign?
Yes, of course. Sorry to bother you, Admiral.
It's all right, Ensign. Have a good day.
And the ensign just sits with his back to Admiral Trailblazer, just scoots this half-eaten salad across the table to him, and just goes back to silently eating it.
Trailblazer just kind of raises his cup at Ryloff because he would have noticed you two talking, then Ben just bolting out of his chair. It's like, huh? Oh,
Yeah.
hi.
And also, in a manner of speaking, Trailblazer is one of Rylov's superior officers. Like, direct superior officers.
Oh, yeah. The other fleet, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's gonna, like, slight head to look at them like, are you alright, Ensign?
New scene.
I think I'll be fine.
Aboard the Achilles.
Boy.
So Nanerta's kind of, seated at whatever this thing is, eating a razor fang eel sushi with chopsticks in one hand and drinking a Galatian fizz with the other. So, how are you feeling after your ordeal?
Puzzled, really. There's just so much confusion, so much misdirection. Nothing is ever plain with organic life forms.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough. This is good wasabi. Well, I mean, I think they grabbed you by mistake, at least. I think their grabbing of Pind and Jaishu was far more deliberate.
It has been some time since we've been considered cargo, but we take no offense.
Primitive sensor systems, well, at least comparatively. So, but the flip side is you were, even if unceremoniously, removed from your usual habitat and seem to have suffered no ill effects. So, has it changed your perspective on leaving the confines of your familiar world here on the Achilles any?
Well, we're not sure if our occupational prospects have been blunted by our lateness to our job interview, but perhaps their culture works differently.
You could always call them and explain. And again, remember, you're not just limited to that one job, like we discussed earlier.
They were offering such latitudes.
Well, I mean, just take it if you want to take it.
Well, we are considering. You see 3 Starfleet officers with phasers at their hips walk into the room.
Oh, great.
You can't go anywhere without getting shot. Well, I stuffed this last piece of eel sushi into my mouth and wash it down with some fizz. Can I help you, gentlemen?
The 3 of them kind of turn to you, and the leader kind of blinks at you, surprised, like he really didn't expect you to be in here. Glances at your neck. Commander, I'm Lieutenant Rivera. I'm with Narendra Station. I'm here to secure this deck.
Deck's perfectly secure. Just having a conversation with my friend here.
The classified room. That's what you're here to secure.
Well, we've been ordered to disembark all crew of the Achilles. Johnson orders. Now we're not making the commander wait. Like, oh yeah. The other two seemed like they were scanning something else in the room, and she's like, "Hey, pay attention to me." Grabs a pad and walks over to you and holds it out to you.
I will read what is on the pad.
One moment. As you're reading she kind of stands somewhat at attention, but not. Like, it's very much, I'm supposed to secure this place, but you also outrank me by a lot, so this is not an argument I want to have.
So the orders seem legit. Anything raise any alarm bells?
Give me reason command, difficulty of 1.
Okie dokie. Take a momentum for a third die. This is not my forte. Okay.
Your forte?
Oh, yes, I guess so, yeah.
Hey.
This.
She looks over at the crystal, looks back at you, tries not to fidget. You're in the thing. I just DM'd you recently. There you are. Oh, I have to do this in multiple parts. 1 second. Boop.
Ah, goodness.
And these have the appropriate and current security codes that you know are genuine. Because some people can try to pass off it. They can write anything on a pad. It's like, yeah, no, I have a security code from 5 years ago. Good try.
Ah,
Like we update these on a
Okay.
random basis. So tugs out her uniform a bit, straighten it out.
munching on some nigiri again.
Oops, one of those phrases is wrong.
Well, everything looks to be in order. As chief engineer, it's usually my job to place the ship in maintenance mode, however.
I think detail was sent to main engineering to do exactly that. I wasn't expecting to see you in here at all, sir. I only just learned about this room 5 minutes ago. Well, 10 minutes ago now.
Well, yeah, it's because it's classified, Lieutenant.
Aye, sir.
But-
She straightens up a little bit.
But in any event, okay, everything looks fine here. Crystal, are you? Do you require assistance in leaving the ship, or can you perambulate?
The lieutenant kind of looks at you funny, like, is he talking to the... And then she hears the voice from the chamber. We will require a grav sled.
Right. All right, Lieutenant.
Sir?
If you can send one of your folks over there to fetch me a grav sled, Crystal and I will disembark soonest.
Johnson! Lieutenant, do you have ears? Grav sled, now. Yes, Lieutenant. Races off.
So the communication device that allows us to just like normally speak with Crystal, is it like a vocoder that's attached to it, or is this another piece of equipment that I'll need to be sure and bring?
It's a hand or palm sized device that you attach to whatever system it's talking through.
Okay.
If it's on like a grav side, you'd need to like put a tricorder and then attach the device to it because it needs some interface to work with. Comm badge won't work because the device is bigger than the comm badge is.
Yeah, that's fair. So does the crystal? I mean, I know it's been in the special chamber thing. Is there anything life supporty involved, or can the crystal really, at this point, exist wherever?
It can exist wherever. You know, now that you've been read in, that this thing once upon a time used to rest inside of a firearm of
Right.
an energy weapon, and then the only reason it was in this special chamber was in case it had some anomalous radiation. But it's fine. It ambiently gets energy as long as it's around light sources. It's pretty okay. It can draw energy from most anything. Though it prefers a direct EPS line to be difference between drinking water and drinking juice. Like one sates you, the other one's delicious. You know.
Yeah. And they're just thoughtfully tapping the ends of his chopsticks against his lip or his lip ridges.
One of the crewman Johnson kind of hovers over one of the grav sleds. Let go of the grav sled.
You need to do something about getting you a little bit more mobile. All right. So Inertia will try to carefully transfer the crystal to the grav sled so that we can move out. Let's see what the orders are as far as quarters, procedure, and station. Crew member report to assigned Starfleet personnel for debriefing. Medical officers, blah 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 blah. Okay, all right. And then I'll leave the ship. Are the security guards follow me, or?
Nope. They just kind of you hear the door lock behind them, and you can hear footsteps of them moving around in there. And as you're going through the decks, you run into a few security officers, and you actually hear as one person's approaching you, about to say something. You hear a chirp of, this is deck such and such. Lieutenant Commander Nerdis here. He's been cleared. It's like, oh, and the person just kind of, sir, and kind of they could carry on with what they were doing.
I'm totally going to stop by my quarters and get my stuff. At this point, I don't think it's even out of the duffel bag for too long, so it shouldn't be a big deal to pack it. And then, yeah, on the way out, I'll arrange for quarters on the station. Hopefully something large enough where, for now, at least, the crystal can kind of hang out with me until we find out what it wants to do and what Pen's deal is. And yeah, I'm going to start thinking about the equivalent of some sort of way to give the crystal mobility.
Actually, what you can, in theory, do is give it the. You basically spend what you would do to give a. Like when you spend to gain a talent, and you could, one of the things you can do it to give yourself a talent, but you can also spend a talent to give it to a support character. You could do that and give it a talent of being mobile, where it has its own personal hover device that it can move around and its own personal. You give it the personal effects talent, and then it has this little mobile chair that it moves around in. So that's the thing, because it's not the only species that's had mobility issues in the Federation. It's like, hey, look, you can crawl around or grow, whatever it is you do, but we have stuff that helps you move around if you want.
Okay. I mean, I don't have an arc to give it right now, because I think that's an arc spin to get a talent.
To get a new
right. Yeah.
So you'll have to, in the interim, if you want it to move from scene to scene, you'll have to spend one opportunity to account for grabbing a graph sled or equivalent mobility aid to wheel it around.
Right. I mean, could I build it something? I'm an engineer.
Mechanically, it can't continuously benefit unless it has it as a talent, because it represents it getting continuous maintenance. It always has it. It never has to worry about it recharging and stuff.
Okay. Okay. Yep. For now, I guess I have a roommate.
Yeah. New scene. Commander Thralic.
Yes.
What are you up to in the ready room?
Well, as far as I know, I'm preparing to take command of this ship. So I am, I think, trying to schedule a meeting with Admiral Grennan and Captain Pend.
Oh, well, that makes this easy.
Yeah.
You get a message from, I just had her. Where is she? Wrong room. The other one. This one. You get a message back from Admiral Grennan's one of his aides, Ensign Tessa Morganroth. She informs you that it would seem that Captain Pend is attending to a meeting with the Admiral. You may wish to join them at your leisure.
All right. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in an official request to have a different hoplite commander assigned to the hoplite division, because now, if I'm serving as captain, that's a conflict of my duties. To also be in direct command of a department, essentially. So I'll file that request. I think Thralic probably knows some people, but doing some paperwork basically, and then I'll head off to see if I can interrupt the meeting between the captain and the admiral.
That's fine. As you begin to leave the ready room, step out into the conference room, you see security officers start coming out of the turbo lift. Commander Thralic?
Yes?
I have orders for you.
All right. I'll
Yeah,
walk over.
it's all right. Kind of, you meet each other in the middle. She kind of like, oh,
Glance over my orders.
1 second. I have to grab them from somebody else. They're hogging it all to themselves.
Oh, that's rude.
I know, right?
Yeah. Why would someone do that?
It's because he was eating kale. So
Oh,
Showing up at the senior officer and being like, I have orders for you. Okay, what are the orders?
one of my team just ran into your chief engineer. We've given him orders. We're starting to clear out the various decks of the ship as we're speaking. Commander.
Understood.
Correction, Captain. Sorry. Shakes her head.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll get some things for my quarters then.
Would you like an escort, or are you good, Captain?
I'll be fine on my own.
I.
I'll move past them, get in the turbo lift.
And they start moving around and securing the ready room. Oh, the opposite, this deck 2, basically. Where do you actually go, or do you actually go where you say you're going to go?
Oh, I am actually going to my quarters to just, pack up my stuff to then probably have someone send it to quarters on station. But, I'm just putting everything away.
And then you're heading off to where the captain is?
Yep.
Oh, who haven't I picked on lately? Oh, yes, a certain lawyer.
Oh, actually, one more thing I'll do while I'm on the Achilles is I am going to, I'd like to pay to grab my Ushan, which is in my quarters, but I want to have that on me.
Probably wise. I believe knives are one in. No, they're just one. They just cost one.
Yeah.
So one opportunity grabbed away. Oops, helps if I do a thing. Then we do this thing. Counselor of the Federation. Ah, that doesn't narrow it down. Celia.
The person who does things with minds and is a counselor.
But you do things with minds too.
Oh, I tried.
I know.
I think medical counselor and political counselor are the better ways to narrow it down. Or we could just fully, admit your
Commissar.
actual role and
Commissar.
rename you to commissar. Yeah.
Commissar, yeah.
With a K.
You know what? I will. If we're
Commissar.
playing an alien station coming up, right? Then an alien species could be justified, and they might actually have commissar. So like a Major Kira whose title is literally commissar. I could probably manage that.
You probably could. Anyway, so I believe you were wanting to meet with your client.
Actually, I don't think I have much left to meet with him at this point because he's not gonna do anything useful for himself until Starfleet Security does their job. So I have to hunt down either the admiral or the station's station ops or station's head of security, someone who
Well-
has pull with security in other fleets. So not just
Well,
station
I-
security.
I know where you're going. You're going to the place that's convenient for the set designers. Whoops, why is there a momentum over here? Boop, 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 boop,
Is it a planet with like a pastel atmosphere and fake plants?
No. Where are we? We're here.
It's just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia.
Yeah, the atmospheric color is accurate.
Where are you? The thing I'm looking for. There you are. You're
I
this
guess-
tall sound.
The director's office to get fired.
Yeah, this planet's atmosphere, or this planet's biomes consist of entirely what is within a 3-hour driving distance of Southern California.
Vasquez Rock.
I don't have the fancy graphic anymore, do I? No, I got rid of it. I don't have the fancy admiral's office anymore, so we're just gonna use the office.
Lots of things have happened in this office.
But they have different.
They
They
really
have a different
have.
cup in here, so it's a different office now. Well, helps if I put this on the correct layer. So a bunch of people start meeting each other outside of the admiral's quarters, the admiral's office. One Captain Pend, one Commander Thralic, and one Counselor Celia.
Dear Admiral Grinnon, how is your girlfriend? Oh, sorry, I forgot she was in a hell dimension.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
he just puts down the pad, throws it with all the others.
Why does he keep sending individual messages on like a regular basis? Unfortunately, Thralic does not get there right away. He's busy packing.
Like,
So Pend and Celia run into each other.
It's good to see you up and about, Captain.
just because I think he actually would do that.
Well, it's good to see you too. Unfortunately, I don't get the opportunity to be a layabout.
I must apologize if either the counselor or Commander Thalek had indicated how quickly you would recover, then I would have sent an amendment to my request for Thralick's assignment.
Don't worry about it. You're not the first person who's tried to usurp me. You're not going to be the last.
It has been a while since we've had a good coup.
I think I was there for the last one as well.
No, you participated in an actual coup?
Oh, just depends on what side.
That's concerning.
Are you here to see the Admiral?
See him demand things that he can't possibly provide, but demand them anyways.
Oh,
One of these.
fun. I'm here to also pick a fight with him. Would you like to go in together?
I'll tell you what. I'll present the main assault, and you can hit him from the flank with your queries, and perhaps we'll rout the admiral.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds like a fun time. Please, after you.
Well,
The door does
the
not
door.
open. You get a little message on it that says that the admiral's still busy. Please stand by.
Yeah, just gonna type in a note. I'm here. Open up.
The computer repeats its message.
I start physically knocking on the door.
You hear a confused voice on inside. At the moment, Admiral, you're currently meeting with somebody. You're not done with your meeting yet.
who am I meeting with?
Oh, a certain other admiral.
Oh, okay.
This one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue knocking.
You expecting somebody, Grennan?
I assume am I?
You look on your thing, you do see that your ever helpful and go-getter aide has booked you, has put all your meetings together from the Achilles of Pen, Celia, and Thralic. She kind of forgot to put the little urgent flag on it, though, so the computer would ping you and let you know. So, yes, it's in the computer. You didn't know about it till, like, in the middle of your conversation with Trailblazer.
Shoot, I am so very sorry. Admiral. Just a moment. Don't worry. This should be fine. He approaches the door and he opens it.
Commander, Admiral Grinnan, I need to speak with you urgently about a security matter.
Yes, please come in.
Admiral Grinnan, I need to talk to you about certain issues becoming a pain in my ass.
Yes, I know. I apologize. My aide didn't. My aide forgot to set the urgency on your meeting with me, so I wasn't informed until just now. He walks over to Rear Admiral Trailblazer. I really must apologize, but this is kind of urgent.
Hey, Raven can stay if he wants.
Are you comfortable with?
I think for operational security, it's better that I leave. Just keep in mind what the Admiralty's up to.
I know, Trailblazer. This conversation isn't over, though.
It's not my fault I have more friends than you, Grinnan. Counselor, Captain.
Let's out a sigh.
Admiral? Just as Trailblazer is walking out, I'm just going to mouth the words, I'm picking fights today.
His eyes glitter with mild amusement.
I'm sure if Froder had to pick sides, he's picking that one.
Everyone do give me a moment. I have to read over this giant, text wall that.
Oh, don't worry. Your combat beeps at you as your aide tells you that someone wants to combat you. Would you like to take the call? It's by Lieutenant Commander Rylov of the Achilles. He said to put urgent on all future Achilles messages. You know that's not what you meant. You meant she was supposed to put the urgent flags, not urgent the calls. She got it backwards.
Yes. Okay, I guess we are doing this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brennan looks between Penn and Saleya. Tell him that he can come up to my office.
Doc, you're just in time to see two other people. It looks like the aide booked you with two other people. Apparently, Grinnan needs a new aide.
Do I just arrive to see open doors or something?
Yeah. Like you walk up to the door. Normally, it would wait. It would sit there, and you'd wait for it to beep you. But it opens as you approach it. It's like, oh, I guess I'm supposed to just head right in. It's like, and there's people in here. That's not normal.
Also, Captain Pens, Chancellor Saleya, Captain, I'm glad to see you back on your feet again.
Commander.
I'm glad to see you're doing well after the coup.
Hey, there's new flag on your computer, Grinnan. She remembered this time. Someone's gonna get yelled at and transferred to some other part of the station. Look, how about you arrange cocktail napkins on the recreation deck? Go away. Damn, Ensign, how'd you screw this up this badly, this quickly?
It's Grinnan.
Right. I'd originally scheduled this meeting to discuss the official transfer of command, but it appears we have new orders.
Indeed. I will get to those in a moment, but in deference to you, Pend, I'm willing to hear out what you have to say first.
Oh no, I'm happy to sit in the corner and stew. I can let my fight picking wait till the end. Don't worry.
The door's open.
I turn. Actually, Admiral, if the Lieutenant Commander could wait, as he is the primary prosecutor in the topic I have to talk with you, I think it would be inappropriate for the Commander to be present.
That's fine.
No, that is That is
Sounds
that
like
is
the defense attorney's using undue influence.
She's gonna hand his pad to Throlic so she can see what he got. Just while they're talking, so I'll just send that to her on the side.
Go for it.
All right.
Mr. Rylov, would you mind standing outside for just a few minutes?
Certainly, Admiral. Just leave the pad with Throlic, step outside.
Mm-hmm.
All
Like
right.
the very, like, it's almost too neat kind of turn. You know, like being a smart ass with your presentation.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
In which case, Grennan immediately turns to Saleya. Now, I'd like to get him back in here as soon as possible, so make it quick.
Sure, Admiral. I'm representing the accused on board the Achilles at the moment. And they are willing to help Starfleet security in the event that Starfleet security can ensure their safety and the safety of other citizens they're connected with. And to that end, I need you to help me mobilize elements of Starfleet security to see to that.
So this is a plea deal.
The plea deal will happen if you can pull this off. But yes,
Sounds
they're
like he
willing
was right
to
over that.
accept the judgment of the court, assuming you can ensure the safety of all concerned.
That is a very tempting proposition. Is there a timeline under which you are working for me to consider this proposal?
Very tight one. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that to avoid a mistrial, we will need to proceed without an agreement. In which case, my clients will have to rely on a full-throated defense, which may not be to your interest.
Well, whether or not it's to my interest is besides the point.
It may not be to the interest of the truth either, Admiral.
Your point is taken.
Any further aspersions you'd like to cast on the legal system?
Many.
Counselor, can I ask a question?
Actually, hang on a moment. Grennan looks at her and says, "You are aware that I do have experience in the Federation courts. I'm not as close-minded about them as you might think."
It would actually be unfortunate if you were. I kind of understand the default among Starfleet officers is to respect the legal system. But it's not yet to the matter of innocence or guilt that, we're tending to. It's whether or not you can protect Federation citizens and Starfleet officers.
That is a very good point, Counselor. Oh, God, hang on. Give me a minute. I'm sorry. I gotta read all this.
Counselor.
If I'd had this like 5 minutes before this meeting, I'd probably be in a much better position to actually talk the position. But I don't actually fully know what the orders are. Hold on.
As you notice, Grennan's desk has been very badly managed by his aides. Well, most of the aides have been doing their job. One in particular has just made this way harder than it needs to be.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
Captain.
I'm assuming this has to do with the attempted murder, correct?
those are some of the charges that have been filed.
Well, I've got some pull. If you want, I can reach out to people to see if we can secure it for them. Or it's possible we could look the other way if they're willing to inform on their co-conspirators and the people behind it all.
That would
Hang
be
on. I want to do an insight into this. This addendum to my orders. Because this feels very, especially because it's an addendum and it feels really tacked on.
Insight command. Sorry, you're reading it. Reason command difficulty of 2. The station helps you because, despite the fact you having one terrible aide, there are a lot of other people on the station who are actually good at their job.
Yep. Reason command. What'd you say the diff was?
4. Now that you asked me twice. No, it's just 2.
Just 2. Spending a momentum for a 3rd. Law focus.
Yep.
Because I'm trying to determine whether this is Starfleet security trying to obfuscate for to maintain the integrity of the investigation, or if there's some ulterior motive at play here. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that succeeds. Yikes.
You got a reroll there?
I do. I do have a reroll. That's right.
Classic.
Cautious.
Classic
I'm sorry, I
Brennan
forgot.
moment.
Okay. I can spend 2 to quash.
Classic Brennan moment.
So 1, 2, 3. You generated 1, so that would be 2. So that kills all your momentum.
I succeed and no complications. So.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking primarily is a lot of things have happened recently on board the Achilles, and I'm getting the distinct feeling that a lot of it's connected, and I don't appreciate people picking a fight the way they have. So, I'm gonna pick a fight back.
Well, that's unfortunate phrasing, but my clients are willing to help Starfleet security in return for the assurances of their safety. And the forms of help you talked about could be on the table, but first we would need Starfleet security's assurances.
Well, I need you to understand that currently we are dealing with a change in the in who is handling this case. And it is at this point that I should bring Commander Rylov in for this. This pertains to him.
If I may suggest, sir, protective custody for individuals under suspicion of threat should still be warranted from a general order.
Oh, understood. That is entirely on the table.
Perhaps
As
Admiral, you should bring in the commander, because I have a feeling you have very important news which you are barely explaining. So that's...
Yes, I know. And you see that he is looking between like 3 pads right now. Partially because I'm trying to hang on.
Pentarylov, get in the room.
I'm not even sure you could hear that. But...
No, like combat.
Oh, okay.
Combat.
Yeah.
And believe me when I say I am going to be having a nice long chat with Admiral Trailblazer about all of this later.
Rylov steps back in to hear that as he just goes to stand just behind and off the side of Throlic. Where the Exo should be standing.
Commander Rylov, as I believe you are no doubt aware, the investigation is currently being taken. The investigation into the sabotage on the Achilles is currently being taken from your purview and put under the direct auspices of Starfleet Security, correct?
I am not aware of that as a specific. All the orders I have received are that I should cease inquiry into classified subjects, which are not specified, nor am I informed of why.
Brennan will consider that. Is that likely administrative oversight that he wasn't given the full that full? Because it's weird.
It's very weird.
That's very weird.
You owe me reason security difficulty 2. You're right, it is weird.
Like, the wording on it is just like, cease investigate. Like, the information is classified.
Oh, hey, that was just a 1 without a focus.
Jesus Christ.
Cool.
Nice.
Hey, I got us our momentum back.
I mean, I think the computer also just nailed that for you as well, so...
Well, also, the computer cannot fail. Even if it gets a complication, it still succeeds.
Yeah, that's true, but it got a 1, so...
Yeah.
But it has a focus range of 8. Much easier for it to crit than it was for me to crit on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's strange.
Yes. And it's under your orders, Admiral.
I think I see what's going on here. I was brought into the loop on it because of my Admiral level access. You weren't brought into the loop about it because this is an order that comes from the because this order originates surrounding the 10th Fleet R&D Auxiliary Fleet. And given the high amount of classified material that the 10th regularly deals with, it's quite possible that this contains some classified material that you're not allowed to see.
I'm sorry, Admiral, may I ask, did you issue this order? And I will present the pad that Rylov handed to me. That is signed by Admiral Grennan.
Yeah.
Did I sign that?
You know what? This is going to be interesting. Give me reason command difficulty 2.
I'm going to spend a momentum.
Don't worry, the station will help.
And this would have been received about 20 minutes ago.
Right. Two momentum.
That's rough spitball, I'm guessing maybe roughly right.
Roughly that, within the last half hour at most.
Yeah.
Is when I would have had to sign off on that. So that'd be pretty recent in my memory.
One would hope. Many thoughts escape your ginger head.
Yep.
Soulless ginger head.
Yep. Head empty, no thoughts. Himbo Grennan. That's...
There's...
Yeah?
There's no himbo there. That you are a twink.
100%.
Yeah, it's true. In order to be a himbo, you have to be pure of heart, dumb of ass, and broad of shoulders.
Yes.
Dumb of ass. What does that even mean?
It's like, you don't know what it means, but at the same time, you know exactly what it means.
Okay, who the hell is this aide?
The agents of Vegeta are everywhere.
I mean, this is clearly all Varder's doing, just in the shadows, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, I've been hearing about this aide. Who the hell is this aide?
She's aiding and abetting terrorism right now.
Yeah.
Hey, aid was in her job description. I must
Uh-huh.
aid.
I think it's Amanda Hug and Kiss.
Brennan like stares intently at this pad for like a good minute, and just when probably one of you is getting ready to say something, he stands up and says, "I think we might have a problem here."
Might?
No,
Harmon,
yes.
I think it's a lovely day for a lunch. Wouldn't you like to go get one early?
I think I would.
Commander Thralic, or Captain Thralic and Commander Rylov, I think you two should maybe go walk by the ship. You know, just a leisurely stroll.
Right, that seems advisable.
Councillor Saleya, would you very kindly just head to a different office and maybe look up on any contacts you have in the central systems?
Do some
Is
legal
this
research.
a problem? Since no one is interested in explaining, is this a problem which is going to cause immediate trouble in less than 16 hours?
Probably.
Okay, then none of my contacts in the central systems mean anything.
No, I'm telling you to get out of the room.
He's giving you a pretext to get out of the room.
Maybe Slay doesn't want
I don't know why I would want one.
Rear Admiral, would you go? Would you take?
Everybody else has documents. Saleya doesn't have zero clue what's going on.
Well, so from the outside perspective, Slaya, you've just seen that it appears that Grennan has not authorized a set of orders signed in his name. That much is available for sure.
Rylov also is apparently not been made aware of something he should have been made aware of, and the orders he didn't instead receive are garbage.
Okay,
Like,
well then
completely inadmissible.
I'll do this. Admiral, will you release my clients to me on my position to ensure their safety because of your compromised position?
What?
Basically, I'm afraid someone's about to assassinate my clients, and I want you to let me stop that.
Seems like a good course of action.
Yeah, I think you should all have this
Basically,
discussion
I wanna-
outside of the room.
It's bugged.
And I think the Rear Admiral should leave his console unlocked, as he has this discussion elsewhere.
Sure, we can walk as you type.
Right?
So I was
Commander
going
Rylov?
to gift that.
Yeah, go investigate.
Yeah, we
Commander Rylov, let's go. I believe we've taken up enough of the Admiral's time.
Mm-hmm.
We have our orders.
Don't worry, I happen to know people who can know many things aboard the Achilles that they probably shouldn't.
Where do Thralic and Rylov head off to?
The Achilles.
Okay, I know what to do with that. All right. What are Pencelia or Grennan up to? Scene's coming to a close. I'm checking in what everyone's doing before I close it.
Well, once Saleya and Grennan leave the room, and Grennan leaves his console unlocked, Pend is going to be using that console.
Uh, I guess it depends. If Grennan's willing to, give those orders, then I'm going to the brig on the Achilles. If he doesn't, I guess I'm still going there. Just it'll be a lot more difficult.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's currently dropped out the call.
Yeah. So, Pend, you're going to do something on the console, you say?
Yes, it seems there's some fuckery afoot.
Mm-hmm.
Not fuckery.
And I am going to get to the bottom of it using a Admiral's Open Terminal.
Okay, what do you do with the terminal in violation of Starfleet regulation and law?
I'm going to get down to the bottom of it, where these orders are coming from, the information that's been hidden, and see where all that leads back to.
Okay, your biometric signature, please.
I am going to make a copy of Grennan's fingerprints of one of the pads and use that.
With what equipment?
With with fucking sellotape and super glue. I don't know.
It caused momentum. That's why I asked. I was seeing if you were trying to do it with like your bare hands, or you're actually replicating stuff to do it with, which will be on the station record.
Yeah, I'm basically just gonna actually spycraft it instead of just like I'm gonna lick my hand, put it on his cup and then stick it on.
Hey, this is an insane thing from my point of view. So everything here is crazy to me. I don't know how you guys work anymore. I give up at a certain point.
Well,
I just hang on and hope you guys don't kill me.
But yeah, I'm essentially going to spycraft my way into his systems.
Darren, security difficulty 8.
Yeah,
this is Narendra Station.
Would you say in some way, shape, or form this is like a social conflict?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Never mind, it was worth a go. Would you allow... Tried and tested? It's not the first time I've broken into a system before.
That's true, yep.
It's not even the first time you've broken into Grennan's systems.
And that's not a euphemism, that's very literal.
Master Strategist, I am purposely hunting down the mastermind behind all of this.
Alright. Am I in the wrong thing? I am. I need this thing in front of me. There it is.
So I've got a milestone. Oh, I've got too many fucking milestones. But I've got 2 for looking up information and 1 for secrecy.
Secrecy I'd take.
Okay, I'm just going to leave that off the back. I figure I'm going to be spending quite a few of these tonight. To the value of sometimes a bad choice is the only one.
Well, Penn certainly believes that, so I'll take it.
Focus in strategy and tactics.
Yep.
I'm going to roll 5 challenge dice. You get 5. So I've got 2. No, I basically just need another 4, don't I? Okay. I've got a reroll. There we go.
Oh, duh. I'm making this hard on myself for no reason. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the button. You're in. A little cat girl shows up in the corner. I'm just kidding.
He really needs to start hiding these programs better. God damn it,
It's
Graham.
behind a biometric lock. It's level 8. How secure can you get?
I could have got higher if I wanted.
And you wonder why Starfleet intelligence worries about you all the damn time. They have just cause.
Oh, yeah. But in this situation, someone's picking a fight. And it wasn't me who started it.
So, you're in the system. What questions are you asking?
So,
Oh, but first,
Hold on.
scene ends.
of course.
But you can ask those questions in a moment. They may build some momentum for your scene. But you are going to get in.
Jeez.
What, do you want to type them out to you?
Yes.
Okay, what did I miss?
Gordon's dead.
Pend is hacked into your computer terminal.
Uh-oh.
You weren't in the room, though, so it's fine.
Wait, where am I then?
Refresher. What? You didn't think he was going to do anything, right?
Pooping. That's where you are. You're pooping.
Well, I
Or
wasn't going
going
to
to an
point it
early
out.
lunch or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Or going for a walk with Saleya to see her request through.
So, as certain people are making their way to the ship, and some people are enjoying a nice lunch, some people are having existential crises,
Only a little bit.
you hear, like Nerda, you just got done getting your stuff in order. You're kind of heading off to somewhere. You're kind of crossing paths with Saleya, Ryloff, and Thralic. We're all heading the other direction that you just came from.
Okay.
Um,
Captain, commander, counselor.
And then you hear disruptor fire and red alert alarms start blaring around you as we're in combat.
I draw my Ushan. I predicted this.
I really need to get my particular knife in case I find some. I mean, I can always magically have it at some point if I spend resources right.
I pull out a pipe wrench.
It's just in your toolkit, you have it.
That's right. That should
Time to
totally be
do
like
some
Nerdist.
troubleshooting.
That should be Ninurta's like personal equipment, you know. Pipe wrench.
Oh no, there's a particularly lovely dagger I could have that.
Your face appears to be out of alignment. Let me fix that.
It's also used as part of a Romulan test of courage. If you move, you die. If you don't, it's painless.
Cool.
Free.
It is kind of neat, but it's like holy shit.
Yeah.
Where do I recognize that symbol from?
That's fucking Orion, ain't it?
Oh, okay.
Is it?
Which one?
Bottom
Oh,
left.
yes.
Greenies.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, those are
fiddlesticks.
Orions.
Yeah.
We can take him in the flank.
Do. Someone moved my timetable up again. At least you guys did it to me on purpose. Someone caught on to what I was up to. Brain. The things are written in this book. There we go.
Hey, if anyone's got any good spycraft questions, could you throw them at me? I've got 4 that I've sent Corby.
Just make sure to aim for the head. That way they
I'll
sink
make
in
sure to throw
better.
all those questions at you.
I think you mixed up spies and zombies.
Wurmst.
Wrong book. Because of course it's the wrong book. Why wouldn't it be the wrong book?
Yeah, this is what I've got at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Those seem good.
Let me quickly. Potentially A is their next known step.
Yeah, like what is their end goal?
That is also pertinent, yeah.
What? No. Try that again. There we go.
So,
So wait a second. You said there was disruptor fire. Just let me know when you've set everything up properly, and then I've got a thing that you might not like, or that is what's
Oh.
happening just there. Yeah. I wasn't actually sure of like how long you're going. I'm guessing like this is happening then. Like this is the disruptor fire we're hearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was gonna no hesitation once you hear it.
No hesitation fires. Yeah, because they're because you know
like,
that
they get to shoot, I imagine, but then no hesitation is like immediately after them shooting.
I'll spend my 2 to make sure to do that timing because that helps here.
Yeah, that
You-
like there's no reason to no hesitate until there's actually gunfire, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does cut me off from keeping basically
And just
That's
killing the guy. Yeah.
can we tell that like the shooting's coming from the other side of this bulkhead?
Yeah, like
I'm sure.
it's super
Right.
loud because you just heard 3 people unload with disruptor pistols.
Just checking. Just checking.
Yeah.
Which in
we
the
hear that in the
lounge,
lunchroom
there's
too, right?
yes, that's what I was about to say. Is that the people in there, as the alarms blare and weapons fire on this deck, on your current deck, please stay in place, secure in place. And everyone in the room, aside from the Klingon, is like, "Oh God!" Some of the
There's
Starfleet people are like,
multiple
"What the hell?"
And the Klingons are like, hell yeah!
The Klingons are like, oh fuck, let me at him.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Klingons probably like
yeah.
jump out and start running.
Yeah,
They're excited.
Isa knows what it's like to be sitting in a regular civil place that erupts into gunfire. So yeah, not even phased particularly.
For the purpose of no hesitation, you do gain a threat.
Good.
It is I do need to spend to use that.
Boop.
And it specifically becomes Migo.
Yep.
So I'll need to minor to the area here to open the doors, I would assume.
Yeah, because you're moving into basically this range band here, where you're kind of in between this rather a sort of mini hallway linking the 2 major hallways.
And I'll actually need to give you another threat to actually draw a weapon, because he didn't have one in hand just walking down the station. I am sure if he did, that would cause problems.
That would get you questions from station security going, "Hey, what's wrong?"
Nothing, don't worry about it. I was like holding it.
Yeah, security phaser. We don't buy that anymore. Put it away.
It's my comfort phaser. And are these visible?
Or what visible?
The Orion gentleman once
Yes,
here.
Yeah, you see this massive group of this gang of Orion thugs, black leather, spikes, green skin, and pistols in hand. They look
Very
over-
evidently aggressive.
Yeah, and you actually notice down the hall, you see 3 security officers lying in the ground with smoking wounds, with Petty Officer Ross kind of looking like, oh, no, like he's panicking.
Okay. I'll give you momentum for a different minor to charge phaser area.
Yup. I said, yep, damn it. There.
I said y'all. Do I have? Yeah, sure. Why not? Sure, we'll spend one of those and do that. You get 1.
That's just not fair.
I like that. That's quite nice. I'm guessing small arms.
Yep. Fiddlesticks.
Tragically, there's still gravity at the moment. It's not reason security, so let's not do that. Good lord, that is horrifically bad. Especially for me. That's 2 20s and an 18 plus a 14.
Okay, so now it's
I
not
don't
a
even
time for
have
lucky
mission
on
directives,
try.
do I? I don't even have mission directives.
No, you were about to get them from Grenham, but then realized that they were compromised.
Yep.
So you just had prime directive, really.
You can't sit around and wait for help.
Yep.
Yep. Let's definitely keep at the end of this. I have.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
don't you
Well-
worry.
I mean, if Rylov Swiss and then keeps, I can direct.
No, I am.
So we'll re-roll 3 on that value. There we go.
Nice.
That's much better.
Yes, that's.
I
nice.
don't keep it, unfortunately. So 2, 4. I hit 6 on a diff 2. Right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on a diff 2, correct.
Yes.
So
That
you
was
gain
just double checking. There was
4.
nothing unexpected in difficulty. That I am spending one of those. Good lord. I've got effects, that's good. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to reroll 5 with one of those momentum.
Ah, yay,
Lots of
more
effects.
effects.
Go away. All of you. Be gone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people get hit.
Ostensibly at the first, like, closest first, and then wherever the spread goes, it goes.
You catch 2 groups of them in one sweep of your phaser. One group was kind of further back in the door, and they weren't caught in the swing.
That's fine. I believe I'm going to swift task.
Swift tasking for 2.
Yes, sir.
Boop.
That'd be 2 momentum unless we don't have that anymore. Guessing we have that.
You still have that, yeah?
That'd be swift for the 2, and then I'll spend 1 of those as well to charge for area again.
Okay.
I've got another one of those medals. Should I do it again?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You get 2. It was a diff 3 instead, and so we made 3.
Well, that's good.
That's nice. Keep clicking places I don't need to go. Why am I so bad at clicking things?
For, I think... I'll spend 1 to reroll 4. Just to make sure for my... These are different zones, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Had to be sure. As I spend the 1 to do that. To make particularly sure.
Man, isn't it great to be able to hit like multiple enemies and
Yeah.
So
Probably
that's
just like up in the doorway there.
like not have to worry about hitting specific body parts?
Oh yeah. He'll definitely call back. There's several down Orion Starfleet casualties.
That's a lot of threat.
That is a lot of threat. He's summoning more Orions.
I was gonna say, I'm presuming
Yeah,
reinforcements.
I presume so. Yep, there we
But
go.
the also important thing of trying to make sure that this guy is safe to an extent, as well as dealing with immediate threat. As
He's
his
a
job
beat, they're just
decides.
Orions everywhere.
Yep. The downside is I can't necessarily safely area all of those. Because you're in the same zone.
Yeah, well, don't worry.
I was
You
gonna
can
say,
take
I
it.
think they're about to get into melee range with Throlic and find out why
Yeah.
that's a bad idea.
It depends, because we can still keep.
If you wish to keep.
I believe we
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
With what?
Yep.
Oh, you do it for free. What am I doing? Sorry.
We
Okay,
do indeed have that ability.
Frolic, either you can go or I will shoot the people in the what do you call it? I almost called it
Lounge.
the courtroom. The lounge room.
There's no one else.
Uh,
Oh, there are people in the lunchroom. Huh.
Yeah, there are people in there. Let's see. Where do I know people are? I know that it's there. I know there's people there. There.
They're picking a fight with Klingons.
They are picking a fight with Klingons.
Just excited Klingon noises in the lounge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? First off, I think I'm going to yeah, I think I'll take a turn here because I think I can do a decent chunk with my turn.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What you doing?
GM, is it an action to calm someone?
It's well, it depends what you're doing. If you're just saying words, then it's a minor because you're just talking. You're tapping an item and talking. But if you're like giving orders to mobilize somebody, that's a major action.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my first action to mobilize a hoplite team to the area. As long as I've still got this command, I'm using it.
Give me present security difficulty of 3.
All right.
And I'll spend to account for the fact you're a hoplite commander. Because that hasn't been changed yet. It's in the books, but it's not there yet.
It's like, you did technically just put all of the members of the Achilles on the station, so...
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
This might have been a slight miscalculation.
Present security. Wrong sheet. There we go. Present security. Strategy and tactics focus.
Yep.
Cool. I will spend 3 momentum here for 4 dice.
How much, sorry?
3 momentum.
3 momentum. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, that went terribly. Definitely have a reroll here. I'd like to spend toward the value. The price of peace is vigilance.
Yep.
Okay, rerolling 3. All right, hit that on the dot.
So, you are able to summon. What zone do you want them to appear in? Because they become an advantage in that zone in particular, because this is a very chaotic fight going on.
Yep. I'd like them in. Let's see.
Where?
I don't know about these people yet. It's a thing. So I'll say in this zone.
Which zone? Sorry, the one you're in. Okay.
The one I'm in, yeah. Then like to swift task.
With what?
I'll use 2 momentum.
Okay.
It's been such a long time since I was actually in combat. So the hoplites act as an advantage.
Yep.
I want to see if something works the way I think it might.
Which one?
I think my methodical planning might trigger when the hoplites are assisting someone now.
I wouldn't follow that, unfortunately.
Because the text of methodical planning says that when an ally attempts a task which benefits from an advantage or other trait you created based on your plans or strategy, you may assist that task.
That strategy is the key word there. Yeah. No. Yep, you're good.
Okay.
I'll be right
But it has to be tied to these guys because they're the stratagem you've activated basically.
Yep. No, totally.
Oh, and I assume Admiral's focus is still strategy and tactics.
There's no Admiral's focus because it's kind of floating. They don't have their new orders yet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because they ducked out of their. Because they said, no, hold on, we're gonna do some investigating. It's like, and you were the Admiral's like, I'm gonna do some investigating.
Yeah. So I can currently command Ninurta or Rylov. Does Rylov have sightline on these enemies?
Yes, because he's in this sort of floating zone.
Okay.
He's just at a further range of command. He's not close range to them like you are. He's medium range to them.
Yep. And then I'll say, Commander, neutralize incoming hostiles on your 6.
Whoop.
And I will direct.
Aha, okay, lovely. Elimination time. I'm guessing you want me to shoot them.
Yeah.
Give them cookies.
Well, I mean, I can
I don't
also
think that-
punch.
I don't think that eliminates them.
If you give them enough cookies, or technically feed them enough chicken nuggets, you can paralyze someone.
Yeah.
Esoteric knowledge that I possess. Anyway.
Poisoned by chicken nuggets.
Charge for minor with because I believe I need to do that again, right? Being directed does not give me a minor, it gives me an action.
GM.
Yeah.
I will say the cost of my swift task is reduced by 1 due to tactical voice, so we still have 1 more momentum.
Roger.
Ooh, that is quite lovely. But we'll use that anyway to use get the minor to charge. The amount of times aiming could be very useful, but I do not do it because I had extra stuff to spend. And we'll give you. It's just a diff 3, isn't it? We want to try and make momentum on it as well, don't we? I'll give you 3. GM, 3 threat.
You also have the hoplite advantage here.
Oh, do I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
Pew pew.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 on a 2, essentially.
7 on a 2. There's also 1 bonus momentum from that. And so, question, GM. In combat, my methodical planning assistance doesn't require that I use my task to assist that ally. Can I assist again?
I would say no for balance reasons.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like by black letter, that sounds correct, but nah, I'm not cool with that.
No, totally fair.
Only downing 2. 1, 2, 3. Debating how many I should re-roll here.
Yeah.
Definitely the zeros.
I'd say the zeros and the ones, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say 0, all but one of the ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll re-roll 5, which is 2 of the ones. With the bonus momentum that you said we had, right?
Yep, you generate 1 bonus from my assist being a success. Much better, much better.
Ideal number. I believe that's just what we needed, or is that 1 shy?
I think it's 1 shy.
We can take 1 shy.
One guy, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually.
Is that exactly?
Okay. All right, the initial guy. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the initial guy, and then you get 5 more.
That's a little bit. Huh.
Yeah.
Hallway's clear.
Do you want some more threat, GM?
Oh. I always want more threat. But what's the split doing? Anything?
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, we've got a.
Let me see. What else can I do with that? Can I use 2 momentum to create an advantage that hoplites can move to an adjacent zone on like somebody's turn to assist them?
You can move them now with that, actually.
Okay, I'll do that.
Where are they going?
I'll say
Because they can go
Secure the
here, or
lounge.
they can go here. They can get to here, because this hallway's divided
so
into 2.
that's 2. Okay.
Yep.
This is splitting it into 2 zones.
Gotcha.
Well, actually 4, because there's the mini
Technically
zones
4.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Turn goes to them, I believe.
Unless I want to spend the determination to do a third action.
It's fine. We've got this.
Okay.
I'll Terminator sprint up there if you need me to, but yeah, go ahead.
No, guys, I got this.
I know that was humorous.
All right. Goes to the bad guys. Well, that didn't go well for them. This is a lot of resources they spent on this move. It's not going well for them.
Green blood beats green skin.
Ooh.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm sure Starfleet's thinking the same thing.
I don't know how I feel about this racially charged rhetoric.
They say working for a particular group doing just that.
Yeah.
Keep as these Orions come out of this door and just blast past you guys, just rushing through the crowd in the confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And then spend the swift as they open fire on Ras. Guys, do not miss, because you're not getting another one. That's, well, thankfully they're groups, so diff 3 because this is swift. Even as they're firing against a group. About 2 dice. They grant 2 dice, so I actually roll a grand total of 2 plus 4 is 6, so I can't roll it there, can I? No, I cannot. The only reason they're allowed to break the 5d20 is because in squads, they're not buying dice, they're assisting, essentially. But I can buy dice on top of that. That said, I think it hits. I think that hits by a lot.
I think they hit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 on a 3. Gets me back 3 because I can't math. Nope, don't use that. Use this. This. Reroll whiffs. How many whiffs? That many whiffs.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down goes Ras. Does Ras disintegrate? I don't know if I did enough to kill him. I've done enough to nearly kill him. I don't know if he's dead.
You haven't filled a stress track now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow.
You were close to filling it.
I'm not going to spend the fills for the rest of the way.
It's one off. Yeah.
I'm not spending for that. I'll give you another chance to save him. But yeah, no. Yeah, they race by. They start firing. You hear screams of Ras being shot, and then he goes quiet. Turn goes to the good guys.
Okay. Here's what I want to do, GM. I want Nerd to go through the door, scoop up Ras, and dive into the turbo lift with him.
The doctor's right there. He needs a doctor.
Yeah, I think.
He does need a doctor at this point, or die, I believe.
Yeah.
Just on the caution of scene change by moving area,
Mm-hmm.
was my thought.
That would only matter if he had a lethal wound.
He does. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Disruptors. Fire.
I can stabilize
disruptors
him,
are not
probably.
Disruptors are not defaultly lethal. Right. It depends on if the GM spent for lethal or not.
Which I did not. That's why I needed to see if he
Yeah,
was,
then he's not going to die.
he's down and about to be executed, basically.
Gotcha. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, and I have some resources to spend. So this is one zone for move, but then
it's
grabbing him up and moving further.
2 technically. This is the zone.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But thankfully, going to the turbolift is part of this entire zone.
Okay. So so I basically need a second major action.
I'm gonna just increase your difficulty for your run because you're kind of. I imagine you're just pushing him along the ground to get him. Like you're not trying to put him on your
Right.
shoulder and run very far. You're trying to get him
Right.
into the turbolift.
I'm grabbing him by the shirt back and yeah.
I'll call this fitness con difficulty. You're in a. Actually, you know what? I will call this fitness security because you're doing this under fire.
Fitness, security, difficulty 3, athletics for a focus.
Yes.
Okay. This could go terribly, terribly wrong. So, okay, would you take the value of when you can't figure it out, improvise?
Say again, sorry.
Would you accept a value spend on when you can't figure it out, improvise?
Yeah.
Okay, well, and honestly, on second thought, let me just hold off on that in case I really need it later on. So, okay. I'm gonna spend all 5 of the momentum to +1 threat, yeah, to get a full mitt.
Roger, roger.
And here goes nothing.
Hey.
Okay. So gain 2.
Huh? As you kind of catch him as he's crumpling to the ground, you just kind of tackle into him and just thud into the turbolift wall.
Does he need stabilizing?
Probably is what I can say
Okay.
at a glance.
So I will spend my determination then on patching a plasma leak and bandaging a wound are kind of the same thing.
Wait, is that actually a
Okay.
value you have?
Yes, it's actually a value. And for a immediate action to get a chance to try and stabilize him. Just what?
Daring,
Daring?
plus medicine difficulty.
I don't think that's a real number.
3, because you don't have. Oh, and I'll comp increase because you're not. You're just kind of doing it by hand. You don't have a med kit on you.
Right. So comp 2. Diff 3. So, well, let's give this a shot. Take 2 momentum and 1 threat for 4 dice. Ah. And as he's working on him, Ninurta is just calling down maledictions upon him from a variety of Edosian gods from our pantheon of millions. Gods of death and fire, I can't believe. Oh, God of penile warts, visit you.
Ugh.
The fuck?
So on that note, would you guys like to keep the initiative?
Oh my lord.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
it's absolutely for free. So go ahead,
Asa.
Asa. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the alarm goes off and the elevator door opens, I would have, shoved Shishir down. And when the guys rush past, I will grab my phaser, kick the chair back, turn around, and yeah.
That's how you use a chair.
And
You
these
can
people
shoot.
have been like this. So.
Yeah. All right. I'm charging for area. The way area works. is-
Area will.
But okay, fine. I
It's
will
just a
not.
zone, yeah.
Well, can't we see this as a zone border? Looks like a zone border to me.
We could say that, but your GM's kind of a jerk, so.
You can entirely play the risky game, and if you get too many effects, try and re-roll to lose effects on it.
Yeah, because you only need 2 effects. If you roll more than that, you're just don't shoot to kill.
Yeah, shoot to stun.
Yeah, you
Fine.
can definitely cancel area. That's up to you.
Look,
Just-
if Rylov was able to kill 100 million people, then sure, I will shoot for area. Take a threat.
none of them
I
are
will.
dead.
I will have to take a threat to get area because you have to minor to draw, minor to set your
Okay.
phaser.
That's fine.
But give me a threat to hit the thing.
Are you kidding me?
Well, don't worry about area. You're not hitting them. I imagine you want to re-roll that somehow.
Yep. Go with your gut. This is my first instinct was to shoot these people. Ask questions later because they look like they're about to do something.
Yeah, you even watch them start shooting some guy. You're not even sure who they're shooting. It's like, I'm not asking questions. I'm just shooting you now.
All right, rerolling those two.
Oh no.
Well, I got the determination back. Can I spend it on the same value?
You can, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to the infinite train of STA, technically.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Roll it again. Oh.
Okay.
You do hit though.
Barter is the false god.
Sure is.
No, Varder wasn't invoked.
Are
here.
you kidding me? Okay.
Would you like to
got it,
re-roll
Miranda.
some of those whiffs?
Oh God. Sure. It's what, 1 momentum to reroll those whiffs?
And actually, just to be nice, GM, for once, you have the deltas you need. You could just buy damage for one.
Sure. How much
That
damage
would
would it
give the
take to
GM a
knock
lot
them
of
out?
threat.
That's the downside, yeah.
How much damage would it take to knock them out?
They have armor, so 4.
4 threat?
I'd suggest spending 1 to re-roll the 5.
Problem
Yeah.
is you might get more
It's
deltas that you're
effects.
locked in with.
Yeah.
All right, just take the
Do you have
threat.
anything that gives you bonus momentum on a successful roll?
Oh yeah, that's right. Do you have any medals?
No, I have exactly one medal 800 times.
Okay.
I'll just give
Girl,
him a threat.
same.
What? You mean you don't have the medal with cluster
2,
twice,
3.
whatever?
4.
Look, Ven, you might be the most
5.
decorated ensign in world history, but some of us aren't exactly well liked by Starfleet Command.
They beamed in already disabled. That's great.
Oh god, another set of them.
Rylov can kill 1 million people a turn. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Deck 27.
They just step out of the elevator or turbolifts into hoplites.
Mm-hmm. They did
running out of
decide to
pla-
do that.
I'm running out of places for them to pop out.
Hey guys, you're in range.
Yeah.
You're in
Would
range.
Aza like to swift task?
That would be. Oh wait, do you want your threat back?
I mean, I don't want. I'm just presenting options.
That's
Okay. Do the hoplites count as targets for the sake of area shot?
Yes, but your focus would. I would presume you're aiming at hostiles first, so the deltas would go into bad guys first, and if it bleeds over into good guys, then it goes into them.
So it would need to roll.
1,
need to
2,
roll
3,
6
4, 5,
deltas
6. You
before
need 6
it would-
deltas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yes, I do have a shot from this zone to this zone from where I am. I don't have to move.
You do, yeah.
Okay.
Bit of a shot.
I'll yell Shriar, open the door, and she hits the door open button, and I will shoot.
So medium long, so difficulty normally be 2, it's up to 3, is now 4. And I
Alright.
assume you want to area switch?
Yep.
Do you want to use momentum for that or threat?
Sure, I'll take the momentum for that, and I will give you.
I can't click on things. There we go.
I'll give you 5 threat. Let's go. Yeah, I can't do anything about that comp at this point. But that's a hit. Do you want to resolve the comp before or after the shot?
The diff's 4.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. I thought you said it was.
It went from 2 to 3 and then 3 to 4.
The hoplites are in that zone. Do the hoplites reduce the difficulty?
Oh, dang it. You're right. Yep.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Thralic. You saved me.
Also,
Okay.
the hold on. The hoplites are assisting you, so now I get to assist you, so you get a reroll.
Okay.
As
okay.
you open the door, you yell to open the door. Shashir kind of just crawls over real quick and waves her hand at the door to make it open. The door opens. The Orions look over like, "What the hell is that?" The hoplites turn, start firing at them. They duck behind cover, trying to get away from the hoplites, and then Aza just kind of starts flooding the turbolifts from her position.
I think it's just you get to. One.
Yeah, you just get the 1 reroll from, but
you still
Oh,
watch the
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
then I
still
do
watch
roll
the
the
comp.
comp for a 0. All right.
yeah, and that also generates 1 bonus momentum because I succeeded on my assist.
How much? How
1,
many
2,
regular momentum did you
3,
generate?
4.
You just no. 1, 2. You generate 1. Yes. 1,
And that's
2, 3,
just
4.
the right amount of deltas you need.
Yeah.
1 guy, 2 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys, 5 guys, 6 guys. You gotta be kidding me with this shot.
Burgers
Uh-huh.
and fries.
This
I think
is
we have
like
to
some
spend
full-on
1
Western
on bonus
gunslinger.
damage because they're armor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we spend the bonus momentum that I generated on extra damage then.
Yeah. I have
Sure
run out of
do.
places for them to come out. I can't come anymore.
You know what else? Oh
I mean,
my
you could
lord!
spawn them directly behind me, I guess.
badly.
After fanning the trigger, I will blow the smoke out of my, the non-existent smoke out of my not actually a revolver.
Uh-huh.
You have fallen out of
Fantastic.
combat. Good God.
I mean, it was tight.
Mm-hmm.
Hoplite
Yep.
team, secure the secure the wounded.
His Nerda closed the turbo door and started to absolutely
Oh
bleed
no,
floor
we've
to
gone
like.
to a different we've gone to a different deck and are
Yeah,
somewhere deep in the
that's what I
Jeffries
figured.
tubes of the station.
He is gone.
Yeah, so then I'll say, Commander Throlic to Commander Nanerta, situation resolved.
Are we sure about that, Captain? There were a lot of Orions coming out of every crack and crevice.
Situation is at least locally resolved.
Confirm.
The door opens in front of you, Nanerta.
Ugh.
1 second. I ran out of maps. Why'd I jump you guys? Why did I do that to myself?
Yeah, why didn't you jump Grennan? Oh, well, no, because Pend was there.
I mean,
So,
to be fair,
To be fair,
to be fair.
you are picking on a crew with a lot of security focuses. That's why we're transitioning to a different game.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I don't really have security focuses anymore. I just can assist anyone at any time.
But
As
yeah,
long
I
as I
have an
plan
entire-
enough.
I have an entire set of things that I haven't used.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like we're transitioning away from a fighting game. 'Cause it feels too much like picking on the GM.
Oh, I'm fine. You made me spend resources. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh, that's where I'm supposed to go. I understand now.
oh, Nanerta 100% has like a phaser out.
You see Trailblazer and a bunch of security guys running up to your position. Phasers out, and they all point at the door the minute it opens.
I've got my phaser out. Stop where you are.
Stop. Let go of him right now. Get away from him. Step away from the prisoner.
You first.
I like put myself between their phasers and the wounded guy. Am I still in communication with Throlic?
You are.
Captain, I've got trouble on deck, whatever. Looks like another force of goons.
More Orions?
Negative. Starfleet security, but they seem awfully trigger happy.
Perhaps because we had an attack. Who's their commanding officer?
Some of the security guards are still shouting orders at you. You notice the admiral just kind of he tilts his head like he's paying attention to the conversation. He just kind of puts his phaser away.
Unknown. He's silver. Looks like an admiral.
Officers, if you shoot this man, you're all getting court-martialed. He's trying to save the prisoner.
Commander Nanerta, stand down. That's Admiral Trailblazer. You can trust him.
If you say so, Captain. I've lowered my phaser, but I don't holster it.
That's fair.
That's still fair. That's still fair.
Fair warning to you, Commander, if you shoot me, you'll have worse than a court-martial. Have you treated the prisoner?
He's stabilized, sir. Sorry, I didn't know who you were, and things have been a little bit uncertain the past few days.
He takes out his tricorder. Do you mind? I need to scan.
No, go ahead. I'll kind of stay nearby, though, just in case. If this silver bastard starts stabbing my prisoner.
Oh, I tell you what.
Your Klingon is showing.
One thing you should try, Insulate. This worked out really well for me before. Just punch him.
No.
No, 100% it worked the last time I did it.
Yes, in that it
Fair
worked
warning.
that you punched him.
Fair warning. He can see it coming, But despite the fact that he can see in the past and see that you're going to punch him, he's not really flexible enough to do anything about it.
Well, I can give him the old 1, 2, 3.
All right, Commander, step away. We need to beam him to the medical bay.
All right. Why don't you beam me with him?
Commander, that was not a request. That was an order. Step away from the prisoner.
Court martials for everyone.
Due respect, Admiral, but I've already been shot at by people wearing Starfleet uniforms once this week and had a fellow crew member almost die when someone in a Starfleet uniform stabbed him. So I'll stay with the prisoner. I'm trusting you not to transport us out into space. That's about as far as I'm willing to go.
Presence command difficulty of 3.
Fail. Presence command difficulty of fail. My
Difficulty of you tried.
massive presence command of 11.
Uh-huh.
Do not have a focus.
I'm
Okay.
so glad you did just shoot him. I was half expecting it. Like, he stands there, shoot him. God damn it.
Again?
Yeah,
Is it his face? Is it his mustache? What is it?
okay, the nerd is very serious about this. So take 1 momentum and 5 threat for a full house. Six.
And he only needed 3. It was going to be 4, but he has a high opinion of the Achilles.
Not sure why.
For some reason.
You guys are more helpful to him than hurtful.
Yeah.
And you haven't shot him once. Like, that's a big step up for most ships.
And him in particular. He tends to get punched a lot.
Fine, Commander. You can argue with the doctor. Taps his comm badge. The Admiral Trailblazer emergency medical transporter, deck 25A. 2 signatures in the turbolift.
In the name of the million gods, nobody shoots this guy shoots the guy who shot me until we find out what he knows.
Vanish. Trillian just blinks for a second, like, I'm okay.
Fair? Question mark?
Right? Nobody shoots the guy who shot me until I know what's going on here.
Yeah.
I've been on this ship for a goddamn week. I think that may be literally true.
I think it might be.
The new scene starts up as various bodies are carried away. Security, Klingon and station security flood the decks as it's absolute chaos for a bit and a few explanations of you were here, you explain what's going on. The deck gets cleared out, and eventually you're kind of asked to kind of wait in here in the lounge for a bit until security figures out what's going on. And for now, you're under house arrest. Just stay in here. We'll figure out what's going on. Just don't do anything.
You hear communications about some crazy Adosian in the med bay.
Yeah, they sent him down there as well. Get him out of our med bay.
Did they
Can
leave
I-
the hoplite
can
with
I?
us as well because they
Yeah,
responded?
I'd like
or-
to know where the hoplites are.
Oh,
That's just like a genuine, like, did they...
They would actually, you know what, the hoplites, the hoplites would look to you, not them, and go,
Yeah.
you want us to aid them, or do you want us to stay here and secure the lounge?
Depends if they're detaining you or not.
Yeah, what I'm asking is, are the hoplites being detained as well?
As involved in that altercation.
The security guys seem like they would prefer that. They want you all to stay here. Just don't complicate the investigation any further. Just stay in here for a bit till we figure out what's
GM?
going on.
You're the ones who got gunned down and almost lost the prisoner.
GM,
Yeah.
I can I use like my psychoanalysis superpowers to, like, while Thralic is talking to whichever security guy shows up, assess how much I think this guy's telling the truth and is trustworthy?
That's a good shout. Insight, commander medicine, difficulty of 2.
Insight, medicine, focus in psychiatry.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so I would say that this hoplite team is here. And once they're here, I'm going to say, use secure channels, get the rest of our hoplite complement moving towards the Achilles quietly. We might have a theft situation on our hands. Don't move until there's been a move, though.
Can I activate psychoanalyst to get free questions for complications?
You
Or
can,
does
yeah,
this
totally.
not count? Okay.
I believe it does.
Yes. All right. In that case, take comp range to 3, which will give me 2. And did you set a difficulty for this?
I did, and I lost the number.
I think you said 3.
I think 3 sounds right. Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
1 threat to momentum. Let's take a roll. There we go. So that's 5. So that gives us 2 momentum.
Gives you 2 momentum back. Yeah, you're able to get the lead, the Master Chief in charge of this particular group. Does give a sense of trustworthiness there. The big indicator that they trust you guys is that they don't disarm you. They just say, just stand here. Don't. Okay. It's one of those, you're on their ship, and it's like, don't do anything, please. We don't know. Just stay here, and we'll figure it out. Thanks, though, but we're not disarming you. Why? Well, you're not the bad guys.
Like,
we're not worried about you. Evidently.
Probably by the time they showed up, I imagine Azo was probably here with the wounded guys.
Yes, absolutely. And I would like to ask next, can I assess if this guy, I lost my train of thought. Can I assess, like, the overall mood of the security department as a whole? Like, do these seem like we can put our faith in them, or is that a different question?
You could ask that as a question, yeah.
Okay.
I was staring at their stats a second ago. Where are they? There they are. These guys actually, the sense you get is that they are very angry and not like mad or not furious or or out of control. They're furious because these guys pride themselves on being one of the best security forces in the quadrant, and this got by them. Like this
is humiliating.
This is very humiliating. So this is very much a, whoever this is, we're finding them.
Okay.
Everybody's on deck now.
Okay.
Because this, to give you a mechanical answer as well, is that these guys are security 8 as a station. They have so many resources. This should not have been possible. Pulling off a stunt like this on a starbase just doesn't happen that often. It happens once in a great while, but when it happens, you don't want to be the Master Chief that was there when you failed, basically.
In that case, I will, after that CPO leaves, I will whisper in the ear of Thralic that I think it's reasonable to trust the security department on the ship, as they seem infuriated and dedicated to tracking down the Orions.
Right.
I believe Saleya was asking me a question during all that. Sorry.
I apologize.
Yeah, basically, I wanted to badger security until they can find and secure the other 2 people.
Oh, give me.
Because originally I had wanted to like try to go to them, but we got sequestered, so I couldn't do anything about that.
Give me presence security difficulty 2. The station staff will be assisting you. Like, you're telling them this is what they look like. Here's what they are. Here's where they were. Go get them.
Would you like help with that?
With the badgering.
With the badgering. as the one who, as a relevant security officer to that. This is not about the case, this is about them staying alive. So if that's your problem, can
That's
we
fine.
put that aside? If I really wanted to, I could have shot the other guy then. That would have been a very weird turn. It's not harassing, besides there's an entire other Romulan who knows what she's doing right now.
Focus and persuasion.
Yep. One generated so far. Oh, the ship, doy.
And who in the name of Robor was that silver admiral?
I'm guessing that we don't actually have Admiralty focuses at all right now, do we?
No, just prime directive.
Yeah,
That's
didn't think
that's
so.
automatic for being a Starfleet officer.
Yeah.
Yeah. The minute you start telling them stuff, the guy taps like somewhere around the third quarter of your explanation exactly why they should do this and how much trouble they'll be in. He holds up a finger, taps his comm badge, and it kind of leans his face into it, and immediately is giving orders to to those teams to start moving them to more secure locations on the upper decks.
Perhaps include lime green. Light green? Wait a second, let me find his name. Their name.
The L, you mean?
Light green, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
As the hired pirates that are working, that have offered to cooperate with us, it seems like they might also be a loose end worth tying up, and I would rather not take that risk of them being tied up, if that makes sense.
For 2 momentum, that can be a thing.
Yeah. Does Saleya disagree with that assessment?
No.
Just as a curiosity?
Yeah.
I also have favor with light green. I like them. Weird. They're neat.
I'll start explaining to Commander Ninurta who exactly Admiral Trailblazer is without going into too many specifics, but just enough.
He is technically one of my superior officers.
True.
One of.
I don't think I know that though.
I think you would, as the XO, know what Rylov's.
You'd be in his personnel
Maybe.
file, at least.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then I would know. Cool.
Because one of those things that doesn't seem like it would be a secret.
Diffin's blood. What's a guy like that doing here?
Well, the ship does still
Everything.
operate out of Narendra for some portions of its duties. But honestly, I suspect that with the troubling political situation we found ourselves embroiled in, the Admiral's duties as a political liaison are becoming relevant.
This might just be a paranoid thing, but these are I want to close the little
Blast
metal
door, the
bits.
blast.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is 100% a paranoid thing, but it makes sense for Rylov.
Give present security difficulty 2 to convince the station ops to do it. Because otherwise you have to hack. You'll have to override and do it manually.
Yeah. Also, my sheet decided now is the time to do the goofy thing where it opens small.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, you all know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the size of the screen, it's how you use it.
No, I'm pretty sure it is the size of the screen, actually.
Is there real booze under the bar, or is it
Yeah.
just menthol?
Well, I'm guessing a paranoia focus probably doesn't help me.
Would increase your comp range, that's for sure.
Survival focus probably not either, because we're
Actually,
not...
I'll make a difficulty increase because it is. This isn't your station. You don't know these people.
Yeah, no, but no, it's entirely based off of paranoia, so I'll go with the paranoia focus. Given, you know what, people have been trying to kill various people, and we just messed with their plans again. quite evidently, and we're all conveniently in one room with windows that can be blown out into space.
Or vent you out, just open the windows.
Yeah. Or gas, like happened on our lounge in the Achilles. So, you know, there's precedents.
Don't worry, Ben's nowhere near it. He can't do it again.
He's right there. He's right close to it.
Yeah, he's
No.
right there.
Well, it's over. Well, this one. That's where the vents were. That's
I
a
thought you said
different
vent.
Oh, that's right.
No,
I'll
we're
admit
You're going to
venting.
the vents.
I'll give you a thread to momentum.
Nanerta will dial up a breakfast burrito and grab a bottle of beer from the Dars.
I am
bar's
very
stash.
convincing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Asa will
Holy
absolutely
shit.
sit at the bar, hold her head, and take a swig of your beer.
Nanerta will get another beer and let
You-
Asa have that beer.
You see the emergency bulkheads slam into place.
Kind of tap the neck of his bottle against Asa's bottle.
They break.
I'll look over to
spin the
Rylov
thread.
and nod, say, good thinking.
I am getting to be to the point where I am beyond taking any sort of chance.
Pend, you're eventually allowed to see your crew who are currently being held, so you can start sharing what you know with them.
Oh, I would have thought I was crawling through the vents, just making sure I got the information.
He pops out of the vent, drops in, like, you didn't need to do that, sir.
Nanerta
this
points at him with a half-finished burrito and says, "See, that was my plan."
Is that supposed to be there?
It's just gonna look over to the Nerta. Have you got a bottle of my stuff down there?
I like kind of squat down. There's lots of bottles of lots of stuff. What's your stuff,
Ooh.
sir?
I'll come over and see if we've got a bottle of Pen's like jet fuel.
No,
This one's green.
Oh, they've not
go
got
away
mine.
with you.
They probably have something for tolerates, though.
Oh yeah, just not Penn's jet fuel.
Yeah.
It's just called gasoline.
I'll just drink some Andorian ale.
I don't know how people put up with this stuff in high quantities.
It's all very weak.
Uh-huh.
Well, I found out some very fun information if people would like to gather round while I exposit everything.
Nerta will replicate more burritos for everybody.
Can I have extra kidney beans?
Sure.
Thank you.
Take food when you can get it.
Remarkably dissimilar in construction to a Hasperod.
These people.
Yeah,
act
Dojo
as
has
their
a similar
cornucopia.
thing too. I think every culture has one of these. It's like Swedish meatballs.
Yeah, it's a bit like the sandwich as well. It's like
Sweden.
every culture figures out how to put a filling between two pieces of bread.
It's more one piece of bread, Captain.
Is this what we found out?
I mean, depends on how drunk you get, but no, I do have actual information.
So we didn't just have to shoot about it.
I would also ask that no one ask where I got this information, because I don't want to lie.
22 Orion. That was 22 Orions.
Yeah, that makes
Captain,
sense.
if you can make sense of what's been going on here, the next round's on me.
Well, the orders were not from the Admiral. They were from the CIC.
Commander
As in,
Chief?
not the admiral, but the admiral
Yes, this was...
with a capital T.
Yes. And the classified data they're withholding is that it's Queen Benezia, a relative of Jaishu, behind it all, who's a self-proclaimed Orion pirate queen.
I remember having a specific lookout for her arrest coming across my board at one point.
Yeah, her name showed up like
Didn't she shoot at members of our crew before? No, she did!
Oh, I've got more. the fact that most of the information has been provided by Trailblazer. So, he is on our side. Well, I never thought he wasn't, but for those of you who don't have as much experience, he's on our side. Essentially, this was an attempt to thwart actions of the new originalists trying to mothball the Achilles and rescue Jaishu. So essentially, we've got the originalists working with Benezia, working with the Tripolity, fucking around, and unfortunately, we're the ones who are getting hit hardest.
So
The
wait a
originals
minute.
are working with directly with Tripolity, sir. That's
Treason.
Well, no, Benezia works with the Tripolity, but it's easy to. You can connect all the dots.
It's a go-between.
Yeah, it's like I said, there's no direct.
I'm gonna correct that because I might have misled you there. Sorry, I misread what that question was. Who is this all targeted against? This whole like getting the orders out the way they were, and racing them to you, getting you off the Achilles and all that. That was their attempt, or Trailblazer and Starfleet Command's attempt, to, on the one hand, stop the neo-religious as a separate matter from mothballing the Achilles class, and also as a second matter, rescuing Jaishu.
okay.
Those are separate trains. They're not connected to each other.
Okay, fair enough.
That was just me being unclear. Sorry, I was writing it as the combat was going.
And to be fair, the questions aren't like completely clear. I just had a lot of questions and I threw them at you.
Yeah.
Okay. Which means that one of my suspicions was correct, and I am supposing that the neo-originalist aspect is what I was not allowed to know before.
Correct. And however comforting this may be, Starfleet isn't compromised. This isn't an us issue. This is people from outside making moves, but Starfleet are actually on our side on this.
Well, Captain, I mean, they have to be compromised to a certain extent. I mean, it was a member of the Achilles engineering crew who took a shot at me and almost killed Commander McAllister.
Well,
and not to mention the doctor.
I think this is more. They were pressured from outside organizations, not orders from above.
We have individually compromised members of Starfleet, but not a systemic issue, is what you're saying?
Correct.
The communications officer was, as far as I can tell, being blackmailed. As an example, Lieutenant Commander Ninurta.
And essentially, there's going to be trying to launch a secret operation against Benezia to stop her plans within the region. We don't know exactly what her plans are, but Command Security and Trailblazer are trying to get to the bottom of it. Essentially, that's where we're at right now. I have an idea of a move I have. One that they're not expecting, but I'm not 100% sure of the repercussions. So,
Captain, do you advise full cooperation with the orders to disembark and submit for questioning?
I will say this: if it's something from Trailblazer,
Speaking of,
yeah, I'll see him walk in, but I'll make sure he hears it. If it's orders from
Is Ventus
Trailblazer,
at this table back here? Just...
Yeah, you kind of been zoning out for a bit.
never moved, yeah.
but yeah, if the orders are,
Firefights, Orions, doesn't bother the ensign.
yeah,
I'm finishing my damn sandwich. That's happening.
but if the
I
orders
can respect that.
if the orders
I
are
tried to stop it.
if the orders are from Trailblazer, Grennan, or from the actual chain of command, they will be legitimate orders, but just make sure to get verification on them.
And Ralph's gonna stand because Admiral.
Yeah, no. As soon as Frolic goes well.
At ease, at ease. He waves his hand at people.
Oh, I've just informed everyone of information I clearly didn't have. Yeah.
That's Grennan's problem, not mine. Good day, everybody. Was hoping to give you a bit more time to relax and not have to deal with, well, our operation. Captain, have you already informed them of your new orders? Or was those communicated to you? Granted, wasn't entirely clear at the time. He seemed to be... It's kind of hard to get a voice in edgewise when the operations is dealing with a security issue.
No, they weren't communicated, but I was going to run something by you. Something which will catch off certain organizations, how they least expect.
I believe that's something we can discuss in my office. But for now, just so it is clearly stated, by my authority as invested in me by the President of the United Federation of Planets, Captain Bragg Glovepend is to be reassigned from his current command of the U.S.S. Achilles to take up a new posting as the commanding officer of Halinak Station. This transfer is to take effect as quickly as possible. Secondly, the U.S.S. Achilles is to be transferred from its current deployment of the Interior Group to the Second Fleet in the Alpha Quadrant. That's why we had to secure the ship. Thirdly, as part of this reassignment, all current crew members of the Achilles are to be cycled out and transferred to other suitable assignments. This will be done with consideration to your skills, experiences, and preferences. We were hoping to give you I was hoping to give you a lot more notice on this, but circumstances such as they are, we need to move quickly. Fourthly, we are, between myself, Admiral Grennan, and Captain Pend, we are going to ensure necessary preparations are made so that all the relevant material, especially to you and this crew, are moved from the ship, and any such briefings that are required will be communicated. And ultimately, this was all going to be a confidential move, and this was going to be trickled down, but given the state of affairs, I imagined you did not want to be left in the dark any longer than you have been. I know how frustrating it can be to not know what we're doing in the Admiralty, so I made the choice to reach out and make sure you're informed. At the moment, a good chunk of the Fifth Fleet and the Klingon Sugita fleet are now racing around looking for attackers to ensure that we're not having a second attempt on the prisoners that you brought in. Counselor Celia, I am tasked with ensuring your safe reassignment to wherever it is you're going from here. I'm not sure if you're going to Halinak Station or you're going back to the Alpha Quadrant. I'm not privy to those orders, because that is outside of my chain. So I don't know what's happening with you in particular, other than I'm supposed to make sure you're safe.
I'm going where the prisoners are.
Very good. My crew will be at your service as of tomorrow morning. In the meantime, station security and its staff will be at your disposal regarding that matter.
Admiral, if I may ask,
I was about to ask if anyone had questions. Go ahead, Commander.
what's to become of the Achilles? If that's classified, I understand.
He opens his mouth and closes it a few times. I don't know for sure myself precisely what that move is, but I would hazard to guess that it is a political maneuver to placate the neo-originalists by putting at least one by putting the Achilles class into an Alpha Quadrant assignment. It will take away the teeth of what they're doing. But what precisely the president and his advisors are doing, I don't know. I simply advised him that the Achilles be moved into a more secure position and that its crew be cycled. Not the senior staff in particular. I was after Captain Pend in particular to take the Halanak, but I imagine the president is trying to make sure that if he wants to handpick his new crew, he wants you to have the best access possible. But he shrugs. That's me speculating at the maneuvers of our president. I don't know precisely what he's doing that for.
Are we really
Understood, sir.
going to let the neo-originalists gain power like this? You give someone like that an inch, they're going to take a yard. Even if he
Sometime-
placates them for today, then they're going to come up with a new demand to ask tomorrow.
Sometimes you use your enemy's force against them. The originals have been pushing for the retirement and mothball of the Achilles fleet. If we placate them a tiny bit and they overextend, we can retaliate. And they've made an enemy of Councillor Saleya, one of the more up-and-coming politicians in the council. That is the first step of the overextension. And if a junior councillor like Saleya, now full councillor, is willing to stand up to them, I think there's going to be a lot of other councillors that aren't going to put up with their meddling any further than they have.
Regarding that, and I'm going to toss a pad over to him with the plan that Penn's come up with.
He fumbles it in the air and eventually grabs it. The Trailblazer is not a very athletic person.
He could see it coming, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's your counter-attack. The Penn just starts to eat the burrito.
Well, that gives me work.
I had
I'm
one
gonna
thing.
assume that I misunderstood the conversation, and there's no chance that members of Starfleet are talking about actively interfering with the business of counselors, whether they have detestable politics or not.
No,
We
I would
were-
never suggest such a thing. I abhor violence as a political tool and reject the notion of ever disobeying civil authorities.
Mind your
I didn't
eyes,
expect anyone to make
Commander.
it worse.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
they-
gonna just twitch
Asa
when
just
Asa
smiles
says that.
and takes another drink.
Counselor, it is my intention to work fully within the confines of Federation law and charter. And any attempts to do otherwise, I intend to stand up against, as is my duty. But if a Federation citizen wishes to be politically active, that is their business, and that is a business of the council and its relevant authorities. But there's going to be not while I'm around, there's going to be no militaristic coup of the lawful authority of the electorate.
Well
You
said,
That is the
Admiral.
path.
Good answer.
Anyone was going to suggest that, it would be me. All things considered.
No, I've done that. It's not fun.
Trailblazer kind of gives you a look and looks back at the pad.
Have the orders already come through, technically, for our relief from the Achilles?
As of the moment I spoke them.
Hmm.
Apparently,
And, Admiral, if I may, I need to make sure something goes smoothly. I'll just step away if he gives me like the nod there.
he blinks at you for a moment and ponders. He taps his comm badge. Chief, do you, Chief of Security, do you require their holding here any longer? You hear murmuring in his comm badge. All right. Well, I'm releasing them, and you know where their comm badges are. He taps his comm badge again. Go on, Commander.
I just need to contact members of my hoplite teams. Cloak and dagger operations tend to make them a little skittish.
I've noticed. Feel free to use your comm badge or meet with them in person. You're dismissed, Commander.
And I'll just kind of step over, like, over here. Commander Thorlock to Master Chief Skiva. Stand down all teams. Code Alpha Blue 17.
Quick cutaway as various security teams see people in full armor step out of shadows or move out from behind cover. Like, whoa, where'd you come from? Friendly, we're leaving. Like, how did they get here? On Hoplite 2, you don't have the armor on. Well, yeah, it's so I can blend in. Obviously, walks away.
Yeah. We're plain clothes hoplites. You have those? Do when we need to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's kind of horrifying. Admiral.
Commander?
Can I ask what will happen with our liaison from the state?
Well, looks at Penn, looks at you. It is possible that Halifax Station may require a liaison with the Romulan state, but that will have to be something that's negotiated between the Admiral, Captain Penn, and her, I suppose it'd be her senator, whoever her superior is. I can't speak directly what's going to happen to her, but she won't be on the Achilles anymore. I doubt the new captain's going to want to deal with that particular wrinkle anymore.
No, but I did have to ask.
Of course.
She is a friend of mine, after all.
Can I have the promotion? Well, you put me in charge of a station. Can I have the promotion?
We'll see how the Vice Admiral feels about all this. Myself and Grennan have been doing a lot of moves and haven't been exactly checking with the Vice Admiral, which is either waiting for us to get a claim or for us to get reprimands. So we'll see how badly this goes for all of us. Or how well it goes for you.
Oh, it's not going to go well.
That?
Yeah, it's not going to go well.
No. I'm probably going to get demoted again.
I mean, if you need a place to dock your ship, I know a new station that needs needs one.
I may take you up on that, Captain.
Oh, and that's a legitimate offer, even though I was laughing.
Well, don't worry. If you get busted down to commander, you still get to command the station.
Precisely.
I will go up to Aza because I expect that we will be parting ways soon. And in fact, I will say, Commander, I fear that we may part ways soon, and I need to return something to you.
Asa nods and says, yes, it is probably beyond past time for us to do this.
So I'm going to try to make a mind meld.
Gross.
Hey, we need the ratings, all right? No. Oh wait, mine.
Right here in public?
Hey,
Also just
if you
in
want to
general.
get all of those Indosian arms down on this, come on in.
No, get away from you.
I mean, specifically, I think the Romulan thinking this is gross makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes, because psionics in general.
Let's go to
you.
I mean, if this was the blue room and we had some gel, it'd be a whole different thing.
No, get away with you. Control
That can be
plus
blue.
command. No, control plus command difficulty of 1. Asa can assist because she probably knows what she knows you, but you're not surprising her with the mind meld.
Okay, GM, I assume this is going to play into the trait forever questioning, which is the one that replaced the trait I gave up.
Yep.
No, what I'm saying, does that increase the difficulty?
It does. So diff 2, you're right.
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
What am I assisting with?
Wait.
Well, I'm gonna make this kind of easy on this by asking if I can spend determination on. Actually, I may not have a good value for this. Never mind. I take it back. In fact, I don't even think I have a good focus. So I'll go ahead and spend 3 momentum because we probably don't need it anymore.
I have 14 threat. More Orion's attack. They jump through the
Do
window.
it.
With all of us in the same room, GM?
All right, Kylo Ren. More.
I start
And
throwing beer
we're
bottles.
just asking for this whole place to be redecorated blood red, or I guess blood green.
Does anyone see
And blue.
a bunch of red lights coming from the window? Ah! That's just to get to taking out the frustration.
Facts.
You gain a momentum, and the mind meld is linked.
Then I will spend a momentum to perform a deeper telepathic exchange and give all of my memories and understanding of Az's deep spirituality back.
For 2 momentum, that can happen.
Would you take a third momentum to throw in a little extra respect for civic authority?
I would take
Hey.
1 threat.
Sure.
That seems like a
Hey,
moral issue.
this is
The good with the bad, right?
Oh my god, the NKVD is re-educating me.
Yeah, no. This is just justifying.
Just consider it
They were all
a
jokes
helpful little
before. Now you
gift.
really are a commissar.
Yeah, just consider it a helpful little gift to make sure your loyalty to the state is enshrined.
Bro, this justifies Rylov so much.
Yeah.
Aza, you're very aware of an incredibly foreign thought pattern.
Okay, well here's the question. Can I resist that part of it?
You can do opposed roll, control command versus fitness medicine.
Which one is which?
Your fitness medicine and Salea's control command.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Do you want
And
an
no
extra
momentum generated from this
Uh,
because it's PvP. So
Then
Aza?
I take all of this back because it's not. I think you're taking a deeper meaning than I meant.
Mhm.
From
If it's
what I was trying to
just
convey.
if it's just like a
Oops, I came out
like a
extra one.
reminder to listen, that's one thing. She will accept a courteous reminder into her head.
Yeah, that's more like what I meant.
as
Okay,
opposed to
that's fine.
you will be loyal to the state. Like, oh,
Yeah, because that's not at all what I said.
Wait, Winchester's not going to Winchester?
Okay then.
hey, not everything's evil. Sometimes it just sounds it. But no. So yeah, the mind meld is successful. So, Aza, you do get deep spirituality back as a trait, but forever questioning stays right where it is unless Salea is taking it from you.
Ooh. Mm.
Oh, 2 at the same time.
Mm.
Look
No,
at
that's
dream come
still your cross to bear.
That's fair.
I
No,
mean,
that's totally fair.
This is what you get for saying he was gonna state control you. That's what you get.
That's fair.
Well, you didn't say it, we did, but you know.
Yeah. So you're deeply spiritual. You're just not sure to what. I don't know.
Well, you can be
Very-
deeply
very-
spiritual in questioning the aspects of it.
Deeply
Very
spiritual skeptic.
turbulent faith. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, some would say that questioning is inherently a part of being deeply spiritual.
There you go. Yeah,
people are
by
heretics.
some you mean Aza.
Yeah.
And when the mind meld ends, Aza will attempt to hug Saleya and say, may the prophets guide you in all your future journeys.
Hugging is a bit much for a situation like this, but if it helps you cope.
Just shared intimate thoughts in a way that's like impossible to express with words. I don't know about hugging though.
Yeah, like I mean, we're not, that's like reserved for family members and spouses.
So are
Hold on,
mind melds generally.
I mean, Spock was doing it to like every alien he met.
Spock
Yeah,
was a
Spock's
slut.
weird.
I was
Ensign
gonna
Ben?
say. I mean, have you met Spock?
Yes, I
Ensign Ben?
assume.
Yes.
Are you quite done with that sandwich?
You just mean like death gripping it, not even eating it.
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Depending on what Captain Penn intends for you, or what you wish for your career, I would like to informally invite you to join the 10th Research and Development Auxiliary Fleet.
Really?
We encounter some of the most unusual technologies, and with your academic achievements, I think it would be, if Penn isn't going to grab you, I certainly am. I'm not letting you cool your heels at some minor posting in the Alpha Quadrant. But it's just as dangerous as the Achilles, and frankly, just as strange.
I'll have to think about it. I'll have to see if Captain Penn will even have me.
He nods. Well, according to security, everyone, be another 10 minutes or so. For the green alert to come on. Once it comes on, you can head off where you like. Although, frankly, I did just give an all clear to security. So if you need to leave now for some reason, go ahead. But I imagine the station security would prefer you don't move around too much for the next 10 minutes or so.
Do you want me to come with?
Admiral.
Say again. Oh, and Captain Pend, I believe you needed to. Was there anything else you needed to tell me beyond what was on the pad? He holds it up.
No, unless you need to talk to me privately.
I'll see how the Vice Admiral meeting goes, and I'll discuss it with you after that.
Yeah, that's fine. Have a nice chewing out.
Good day, everyone. All right, I can't go through that.
For a guy who can see the future, he sucks at precognition. Like, he's saying that to the room.
I heard that, Pan.
In fact, he knew you were going to say it when he left the room.
Yeah. Doesn't mean he could stop anything.
Or perhaps it is a deliberate front that he puts up to mislead people.
No, he just sucks at it.
Well, sir, it appears, so Frolic will get up to the bar again and grab a glass or something and say, well, sir, it appears that you have exciting new command in your future.
Ah, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers. I get to be a stationary captain, which, there's only so many times I can be blown up, poisoned, suffocated, electrocuted, shot into different realities before it starts taking its toll, so doesn't harm trying to live the slow life for once.
Can't be me, sir. I've done enough of my time on board a station. Those years on
Your gut-
Arcania were... Well, I wouldn't say they were boring, but not my speed.
Well, if
Your
you get
mouth to the god's ears, Captain.
I did hear a bunch of shouting about these gods, Leonard. How many do you have?
Yes.
It's an ongoing theological argument back on Edosia. Some say 1 million, some say 10. The number fluctuates.
That's a large fluctuation.
Well, there's no point in having a theology unless it inspires rigorous debate and includes a little mystery.
Well,
I don't know if
that's
you've
one
ever
perspective, I guess.
traveled to Vulcan.
hey,
In fact, most Vulcans have a lot of trouble with any kind of dissension in theology.
Ven, do you want to come up here for a moment?
I don't know if you could argue Vulcan is a place without theological dispute. I can think of several quite famous theological disputes on Vulcan, in fact.
Not to mention
It's
that
just
one-
unfortunate that most of those people find a need to leave Vulcan quickly.
well,
Does
it's
Ven head
currently
over to the desk, by the way?
the god of logic is a jealous god. Everyone knows that.
Isn't that?
Yeah, to some a false god.
Ven has died again.
Yeah,
The
that's
sandwich has got him. The fight. He's lost the fight with the sandwich.
The sandwich has a won.
He's really showing his fear of superior officers that he's hiding in the quarter.
Oh yeah, does he still have that?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Oh, that makes all this make sense, actually.
If it makes it easier, Ensign, I'm ordering you up to the bar.
He's just not here.
Mm.
Or he's muted
come on.
again and like screaming and not sure why we can't hear him again.
But a toast. Seems
Yeah.
like our adventures have come to a minor close, but if any of you wish to follow me down or get a posting of your own, I wish you good luck and good fortune. Cheers.
Ven
Nice
raises
glass
a
that.
glass and says,
Oh, that was your.
"We." Ven just raises his glass and says, "We will never be here again."
But actually, I'll probably be here tomorrow afternoon for lunch.
Slancha.
That is.
Don't ruin the moment, okay? Just because you're no longer spiritual doesn't mean you get to be a smartass again.
That's the Achilles phrase, actually.
Yeah.
If Winchester didn't know.
Catchphrase. Or not catchphrase. You know, the thing,
It goes on the
thing
action
they put in the
figures?
plaque.
No, sorry,
No,
on
the thingy they put on the
plaque,
plaque.
Oh,
Guys, shut up.
And that is the end of the USS Achilles.